No issue. No issue. Yeah, the whole thing should be recorded, and those who are working behind the screen ensure that the session is getting recorded. So Sri Lakshmi, we can start.
Good evening, everyone. A warm and heartfelt welcome to all the dignitaries, resource persons, faculty members, participants joining us today. On behalf of Royal Engineering College of Engineering and Technology, in association with Atal Academy, AICTE, I'm delighted to welcome you all to the Atal Online FDP on energy efficient LLM model deployment on edge and cloud, scheduled from 19th to 24th January 2006. To formally commence today's inaugural section, I invite Ms. Amrita Chemmanur, Head of the Department, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am, please take over.
Respected Chief Guest, Dr. Hari Krishna Maram, Respected Chairperson, Professor Dr. P. Suresh Venugopal, distinguished guests, resource persons, faculty members, and dear participants. A very good evening to one and all. On behalf of Royal College of Engineering and Technology and the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, it is my proud privilege to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to you all to the inaugural ceremony of the AICTE Atal Online Faculty Development Program, scheduled from 19th to 24th January 2026. We are extremely honored to have with us today Dr. Hari Krishna Maram, Founder Chairman and Digital Brand Ambassador of Vision Digital India, as our inaugural guest. Sir, we are grateful for your gracious acceptance of our invitation and we eagerly look forward to your inspiring words. Welcome you, sir, this inaugural function.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to be part of this.
Thank you, sir. We are equally honored by the presence of our esteemed chairperson, Professor Dr. P. Suresh Venugopal, Principal, Royal College of Engineering and Technology, whose constant guidance and support have been instrumental in organizing this program. Hearty welcome to this event, sir. Welcome you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We are privileged to acknowledge the constant support of our college management, especially our respected CEO, Mr. Salim, sir, and General Secretary, Mr. V.K. Hyder Ali, sir, whose encouragement and guidance have been instrumental in organizing this program. This AICTE Atal FTP, funded by AICTE, focuses on the contemporary and highly relevant theme, energy efficient LLM model deployment on edge and cloud, aiming to equip faculty members with advanced knowledge and practical insights in this rapidly evolving domain. We gratefully acknowledge AICTE and Atal Academy for providing us this valuable opportunity and continuous support in promoting quality technical education and faculty upskilling. I also take this opportunity to welcome all the participants who have joined us from various institutions across the country. Your enthusiastic participation truly adds value to this program. I welcome you all. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries and participants. I wish the program great success and hope it will be an enriching and rewarding experience for all of us. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for those warm words of welcome. Now it's my privilege to invite our respected principal, Dr. Suresh Venugopal, sir, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, the stage is yours, sir.
Thank you. Most respected chief guest of the day, and the person, an eminent person who always think about innovation, application of AI for the growth of the nation, Dr. Hari Krishna Maran, Founder, Chairman, and Digital Brand Ambassador, Vision India Digital. Respected General Secretary, Sri K.M. Hyderli, sir. Respected CEO, Sri V.P. Salim, sir. Distinguished resource persons, coordinators of AICT Atal program, heads of various departments, teaching and non-teaching staff members, administrative staff members, dear participants, students, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good evening to one and all. Yeah, it's given me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of 6-day Atal AICT Faculty Development Program on energy efficient LLM model deployment on Edge and Cloud. On behalf of the management and their entire academic fraternity of our institution, I extend a warm and cordial welcome to all the distinguished guests, resource persons, and participants. The theme chosen for this FDP is both timely and highly relevant. As we all know, large language models, or we call it as a pet name like LLMs, which is very commonly used by techies right now, are transforming the way we design the intelligent system across domains like, to say some domains like education, healthcare, industry, or governance, everywhere. However, these models grow in scale and capability. Challenges related to energy consumption, sustainability, latency, deployment efficiency, all these become more critical. So addressing these challenges, which are very, very, the need of the day through optimized deployment on edge and cloud platforms is very much essential for building. We want innovation, but to build in a scalable, sustainable, accessible AI solutions. So this faculty development program mainly aims to provide deep thoughts into model optimization, energy-aware computing, edge intelligence, and real-world deployment strategies. I'm really confident that the sessions planned over for the next 6 days will enable the participants, like faculty members, PhD scholars, PG scholars, to gain both the theoretical understanding at the same time with practical exposure, empowering each one of you to integrate these advanced concepts into your teaching, research, innovation domains. I sincerely thank AICT and Atal Academy for their continuous support in promoting the faculty for upskilling in cutting-edge technologies. Such initiatives are instrumental in strengthening the research ecosystem and aligning the technical education with the national priorities such as, which is very, very important of the day, sustainable development, at the same time, digital transformation. Let me just reiterate once more. Sustainable development, at the same time, digital transformation. So my heartfelt appreciation goes to the eminent resource persons. We have a lineup of 13 amazing resource persons for the next 6 days to come, whose expertise are rich and rich experience will surely guide the participants through this complex yet exciting domain. Your contribution will undoubtedly inspire the participants to explore energy efficient AI solutions, and contribute meaningfully to the future research and development. Breeding my sincere appreciation to the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, headed by Professor Amrita Chamandu, for coming forward to organize such an FDP in a very well-planned manner. I would also like to congratulate the program coordinator, Professor Amal Thomas, and the whole co-coordinators, the committee coordinators behind the screen, on the screen, and the whole organizing committee for their dedicated efforts in conceptualizing and organizing this FDP with great commitment and professionalism. Dear participants, I encourage you all to engage actively in the sessions, ask questions, collaborate, network, and make the most of this opportunity. The knowledge gained here will not only enhance your professional competencies, but at the same time also help shape responsible and sustainable AI practices. With these words, I once again welcome you all and wish the 6-day AICT Atal Faculty Development Program on Energy Efficient LLM Model Deployment on Edge and Cloud a grand success. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and encouraging address. It is an honor to invite our chief guest, Dr. Hari Krishna Maram, is a globally recognized leader in management, education, and digital transformation. With over 28 years of experience, he is the chairman of Vision Digital India, founder chairman of Imperial College and Global Economic Forum, and vice chancellor of Global Digital University USA. He is leading landmark initiatives such as the world's first AI university opening course in 50 plus languages and first green AI school. With a decade of corporate experience at Novartis Global Pharma, Dr. Maram has held key leadership roles at AIMA, CII, AIMS, IFMA, and UGC and other premier national bodies. His contributions have earned him numerous national and international honors from governments, global institutions, and reputed organizations, including Forbes and UK Parliament. A profile academic and speaker, he has authored 100 plus research publications, guided 15 research scholars, spoken at over 800 conferences worldwide, holds multiple academic and honorary doctorates, and has achieved Guinness and World Book of Records recognitions. To deliver the inaugural address, sir, we are eager to hear from you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction, madam. Good evening to each one of you. And thanks to my friend, Professor Dr. Suresh Venugopal, for inviting me to be part of this wonderful initiative by Royal College of Engineering and Technology with the support of Atal and AICTU for organizing this great initiative of online faculty development program at right time, I can call, and with the right topic also. Because today, is a great day to start with the new beginnings. And I would like to congratulate the entire team of the Royal College of Engineering and also the resource people and the delegates who are joining this online faculty development program. And definitely it is my great pleasure to be part of this initiative and to deliver my inaugural keynote on the journey as well as on AI and also on the LLM model, the energy efficient way. So today, when I talk about global economy and what exactly India is doing, we are extremely, in a right phase where we are a fourth largest economy in this world and trying to move to third largest economy soon in a few months' time, with a great things happening around us. When you look at in the last 2-3 months, we got investments closely around 100 billion from the world's top companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, to invest in India, mainly on AI and also in manufacturing. So this is the right time, I can say, the world is looking at us, especially in India. And today, the other aspect, the Davos, the World Economic Forum, it just started a couple of minutes back with the global leaders, talking mainly specifically on India, talking about the growth of India. Because today, the entire world is looking at India as a great innovative place. The reason is, one is our economy. The second is we are the world's largest population. The third is the highest knowledge economy is available in this country. The fourth is we have the greatest education system with more than 1,150 universities, 60,000 plus colleges, more than 8 lakh primary schools. With all together, we have closely around 500 million student base from KG to PG. So this is not available anywhere in this world. The other greatest advantage what we have in India, unlike any country in this world, is in our 1.45 billion population, we have a 60% of our population is the young population below 35. That's why we call the demographic dividend. So this demographic dividend will be the greatest advantage for a country like India to progress. So this advantage will be there for the next 20, 25 years. So the dream of every Indian, the 1.45 billion, is to become number one in the globe by 2047 when we celebrate our 100 years of independence. So the only way we can able to become this dream and to reach to this dream by 2047 to become number one country in this world is only through our demographic dividend, that is the youth. And today we have a greatest advantages of the technology advantage, the AI around the world. So when I talk about artificial intelligence, today India is known as the capital of artificial intelligence. Today, the largest number of AI experts, AI knowledge people are available in India, unlike any other even developing countries. So that is the greatest advantage what we have. And today, the future is artificial intelligence. So the projected economy through AI, building AI solutions, building AI platforms is in the next 10 years, we are going to create 10 trillion market capitalization across the world. So this is going to be one of the largest game changer in this world through AI. So when I'm talking about AI, it is not specifically to only to the engineering. So the AI can be implemented every field, every aspect of the life. So whether it is a medical, whether it is a law, whether it is a healthcare, whether it is a tourism, so agriculture, every aspect of the life, AI is going to touch the human lives. So that's how AI will have a greater future in the next coming 15 to 20 years. So the other advantage what India got is today the knowledgeable workforce. So because we are well known in the world as Vishwaguru, thousands of years back, we had universities like Takshashila, Nalanda, when there is no university system itself. So we had a wonderful institutions, I can call. So these all institutions are par excellence, where people used to come from across the world to study in this Nalanda and Takshashila, Santiniketan, all these institutions. When there was no, flights, there was no roads, when there is no proper transportation system, people used to walk for months together and used to come here. So that is the kind of education system values we built. And today we are talking about the technology front. So today we have the largest technology, innovations, largest number of startups, largest number of technology ecosystem we are able to build in this country. So the days are changed now. When we look back 20 years back, when we look at the Forbes top 500 companies in the world, out of the top 100, we used to have at least only 15 to 20 IT companies to be part of the Forbes 500 list of companies. But today, when you look at the top 10, the Forbes, the list of top companies in this world, out of the top 10, 9 companies are technology companies. Out of 500, 250 are the technology companies. So today the world is moving towards technology. So when I am talking about the global economy, today we are a 110 trillion economy In this, our contribution from India is 4.5 trillion closely, with the fourth largest economy. But if you look at the contribution, what we do to the global economy, the number of people living in US, working in US, creating the job opportunities, creating the wealth, creating the contribution to the US economy, which is the largest economy in this world with 30 trillion uh, US dollar, is the highest. The Indian contribution in US economy is more than 12% in the total economy. So if I calculate all these, what our Indians are doing across the world, not only in US, not only in UK, not only in Europe, not only in Australia, Germany, Singapore, wherever they are in Canada. So the contribution is, is much beyond what we are talking about, the 4.5 trillion economy with the fourth largest economy. So the future is India's, because of our innovative mindset, our education system. So to talk about what exactly my organization, the Vision Digital India, what we do, we are almost a 2 decade old company where we mainly focused on technology initiatives, technology, innovations. So when I'm talking about on this inaugural ceremony, the energy efficient LLM model, I want to show one of the product which we developed by our team, which is very kind of innovative product, uh, which is called AI Training Mission, which is launched by none other than the AICTU chairman, which is the mobile AI training mission, which is can be carried to the classroom, and it doesn't require much power. It is very easy to operate. It doesn't require internet. So any place you can able to carry. So we using this mission, we are setting up AI labs across India as well as across the globe. So that's how this journey is started, and not only stopping at that, we trying to do a lot of education using this technology. We developed AI on wheels, so where this same mission is kept under the automobile vehicle, and this vehicle moves around all the villages, all the schools, and to educate students on AI. So that's how the journey of our AI is continuously going. And also, we are doing a lot of work on publishing the books, the general books. This is one of the book I can call AI for Every Mind. This book is written with one of the top 10 universities of the world with the Nobel laureate. And this is completely funded by University of Southern California, which is the top university of the world, and the forward is launches done by AICT chairman. So these all activities we are doing to promote AI education, to reach AI to every mind, to reach AI to every corner of this country. So because we realize there is a great potential in this AI, and there is a great scope for this artificial intelligence in future. If India want to become the number one in this world by 2047, the only way we can able to reach is only through technology. And in this technology, again, the artificial intelligence technology is going to play very important role. So that is the reason today all the jobs which are going to get created in the future are related with AI. And there is a misconception among the people that AI is going to take away our jobs. So as educators, it is our primary responsibility to educate people that it is not true that AI is going to take over our jobs. AI is going to make our job simple. And as told by Elon Musk, the richest man in this world, AI is going to create more billionaires and trillionaires than what internet and what computer, what IT made in the last 10, 20 years, the 2 decades. So in the next 10 years, we'll see a lot of companies creating trillions of economy, their market capitalization, the billions of money, and large number of entrepreneurs in our world through using AI. So this is how the AI is going to play very important, very crucial role in everybody's life. So as an educator, our primary responsibility is to educate our students, our community about AI and the advantages of AI. So today AI is become integral part of manufacturing, integral part of the sales, integral part of healthcare. Today doctors are performing the surgeries using AI advanced technologies. Today the AI hospitals are started. Today AI cities are setting up around us. So the entire education system itself is changing. So today, when Professor Sri Lakshmi was introducing me, she told about the AI university. So we started working on this project from last 3 years, and we developed closely around 50 plus global languages, including Malayalam, including Kannada, including Gujarati, Hindi, and going beyond that to French, Spanish, German, Russian, these languages to deliver our courses in all these using AI technology sitting in India. So this play very important role in coming days in the a kind of a revolution, I can say, in the field of education. The reason is today when I talk about education, when the gross enrollment ratio, the GER, especially country like in India, still is the lowest. Even when we talk about 100% literacy, states like Kerala, states, other states just trying to reach to the 100% literacy. Today, still we have a very less numbers students enrolling into graduation, post-graduation programs. So these, the digital universities, the AI universities are going to bring that gap between the GER and getting more enrollment. Today, when we talk about the education, this is the only weapon, this is the only way we can able to reach to our goals and our dreams of creating the wealth. That's how today, when I talk about this wealth and GER and enrollment and this, Kerala is one of the best example today. The Keralites, the Malayalis are there across the world, across the world. When you go to even a smaller country, there will be one or two Malayalis working there, and they identified the right opportunity and they entered into that market. And the next thing is they get their friends, their family members into that ecosystem and creating their own kind of the field community kind of thing in every place where they go. That's how today some of the countries, some of the economies are surviving only because of their presence. So that's how we have to develop in this world. Our knowledge, our skills, our technology can be a game changer in this global economy. So in the next coming years, because when I'm talking about India economy, so today Indian companies are not much, below the Fortune 500 list or Forbes 500 list. Today, our Indian companies are competing with this the Forbes 500 companies list, and today the India entrepreneurs are be part of the top 10 richest people in this world. And the way the things are going today, Indian companies are taking over the global companies. When 20 years back, when you look and when you open the paper, you see a lot of news that the global companies are acquiring Indian companies. Today, the entire scenario is changed. Today, the Indian companies are acquiring the global companies. So, if you look at the last 100 years of the development which happened in India, is phenomenal. The road connectivity, the technology, the mobile connectivity, is not ever available in any advanced countries. So we are competing with a lot of these advanced countries in telecommunication, in technology, in infrastructure, in healthcare, every aspects in education. Today we are becoming a leaders. We are creating a benchmark in these all aspects. So the time is gone then when India is looking only for a roti, kapada, makan. So today we are creating more wealth to this global economy. And the same time, we are creating wealth for ourselves. And definitely this kind of a momentum is required for a country like India to reach to the goals what we are aiming. And the positive thing is today, when the entire world is growing at only 1.5 to 2% GDP, India is exceptional. We are growing at a rate of 7.5% GDP. And if this continues, when we reach the double digit, and nobody can able to stop us, and the dream of what we are aiming to become number one economy in this world by 2047, definitely India will become. And this can happen only through education. And our role as educators is very crucial, very important, to educate our students, to educate our community about the aspects, about the opportunities, creating more entrepreneurs among us, coming with the new ideas. So that's how today, when I talk about the innovations, the ideas, the city where I am addressing now, sitting here, is a Bangalore, where we have the unicorns which created a billions of dollar of market capitalization. And these are started from a small shed, from a small office. When we talk about a bigger companies like Infosys or Wipro, or a new ventures like Evola or Swiggy or Zomato or Big Basket or Make My Trip, these all companies are creating the revolution. And today, when I talk about these all companies today, the payment gateway system, what we are able to develop, whether it is a phone pay or GPay or whatever we are using, today it is one of the greatest innovation technology which nobody thought, this world nobody thought. And today, when I look at the top banking system of this world, if you combine all the banking transaction of this world and the payment gateway system which Indians are using is equal, the transaction, the number of transaction. And this model now is copied in more than 30 countries. The countries like from a smaller countries to the larger countries are using our technology and using our innovative payment gateway system. So like this, there are so many models which we are able to develop. Today, when I'm sitting here, if I need some product, I need something, uh, it can be delivered in just 5 minutes through Blinkit. 5 minutes, the product what you need is delivered. This thing is not there anywhere in this world. This kind of a system, this kind of innovation, not there anywhere in this world. So this kind of innovations makes India proud. And definitely India is the future. India is the opportunity. And through technology, through AI, through education, through empowering the youth. So that is what our organization, the Vision Digital India, working towards this, creating this, creating this atmosphere, creating the wealth, creating ideas, creating entrepreneurs. So thank you once again. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, and looking forward, more interactions, and wishing you great success of this 6 days, the FDP online program. Definitely the kind of resource people and the great leader, the Professor Suresh. I think you will get a lot of knowledge, a lot of empowerment, and wishing you great success, sir. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and vision. Next, with my immense pleasure, I call Mr. Haider Ali, sir, for a special address.
Good evening, everyone. Respected our chief guest, Dr. Hari Krishna Maram, and our principal, Dr. Suresh Venugopal, and CEO, Mr. Salim, and our faculty members. Today, we are starting a very important 6-day FTP program on AI and large language models. We all know AI is the future, but the real challenge is making it faster and cheaper. By learning to run these models efficiently on small devices and the cloud, we are helping build better technology for everyone. To all teachers and participants joining online, this is a great chance to learn from the best. I hope this week gives you new ideas and skills to share with your students. I thank ICT, Atal Academy, and our AI department for organizing this event. I wish you all a wonderful learning experience. Thank you very much for calling me a special talk this program. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your words. To conclude the inaugural session, I invite Mr. Amal K. Thomas, the Assistant Professor of AI and TS. Amal, sir.
Yeah. So good evening, all. So first of all, I would like to thank our principal for being the chairperson of this event. And I would like to thank Dr. Hari Krishna Maram, sir, for the wonderful inaugural speech. It was really inspiring, because it is very much aligned with the title of our FTP. So the title of the FTP is Energy Efficient LLM Model Deployment on Edge and Cloud. Because when our dear principal, sir, discussed with us regarding the possibility of applying for an Atal FTP back in last year, I was thought about, is there any possibility of making an FTP in the domain which I was doing my PhD? So during my PhD time, I was working on how we can develop energy efficient models to run LLM or any kind of vision based LLM models and all. So I was more focused on designing energy efficient rather than high performance computing architectures. So because the future is all about sustainable AI and energy efficient computing platforms. To a small note, I can say one interesting fact I would like to share, that when we trying to run ChatGPT in our mobile, so when we trying to generate a image in ChatGPT, it taking as equal amount of power as make full charging our mobile phone for one at a time. So what I'm trying to say is, it consuming in data centers, it consuming at a single time when we're trying to full charge our mobile phone, that much power is consuming when a single person is generating an image in a ChatGPT model. So ChatGPT is currently using billions of users. So there's a colossal energy consumption is going on in data centers across the world. So the world is, even in the recently, Hari sir was mentioning about the Davos meeting and all. In the last year, I saw that Sam Altman was saying in LLM development or AI development can only go to the next level if you can make a massive invention in energy production. He's more focusing on how we can use nuclear energy to run these kind of data centers instead of using fossil fuels. So what I'm trying to say is, like, this is one of the most demanding area in the AI sector. So, and Hari sir again told us about one interesting their project, which is they try to run LLM or AI model locally without using internet. So that is one of the very best example where we can use. It's a very clear example of a efficient LLM model deployment on edge. So basically, we got a very perfect person to inaugurate our session, and we really would like to collaborate you, sir, for the future research and startup possibilities. And I would like to conclude my words by giving you all a wonderful 6 days ahead, especially in the area of exploring both theoretical foundation as well as a couple of hands-on experience also coming in the upcoming days. We got very interesting personalities in this domain, both from industries and academia, all the way from Kerala to Bangalore to Middle East to Scotland. So all over the world, we gathered the best team to deliver this FTP. And once again, wish you all the best, and thank you all.
Thank you, Amal. And we are extremely happy if you want some hands-on demo of our AI mission, how it is working on the low efficient energy level. We can able to give a demo with our team. We require only 5-10 minutes. You can schedule in the next, whatever day, whatever time you want. Our team can able to give a demo, hands-on experience.
Sure, sir. Thank
Definitely,
you. Thank
sir.
you very much.
Definitely,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very
We'll
much.
collaborate, sir. We'll collaborate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Srilakshmi, can you close this inaugural ceremony
Yes,
poster?
sir. Yes, sir. That was a very great interactive vote of thanks from Amal sir.
Yeah.
Thank you all once again for joining us today and making this inaugural section meaningful and successful. We look forward to your active participation throughout this FTP. Have a wonderful learning experience ahead. So we are moving on to the sessions.
Before that, we can take a group photo. So all of you can mute yourself and just open your video. And the coordinators, you can put that in customized mode, like not pinning any particular individual. And the total photograph, I think you can get as 2 or 3 screenshots. All the participants, please put on your video. And the coordinators, once it is over, you can just inform. Is the photo taken? I think it is done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay.
once again, thank you, my mentor, my dear friend, Dr. Hari Krishna Maram. And it was splendid to have you in this platform at this sweet evening. And surely we are going to collaborate and we are going to network and we should do something, putting our hands together.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
All the best.
Thank you, Haidarli, sir, for being here, for blessing us with your words. And now I think we can go ahead with the sessions. Coordinators, you can take up.
Okay,
For
sir.
starting the session, I would like to brief about the Atal FTP rules. All the participants, please note that as per as the Atal FTP, we need to have 80% attendance, that is mandatory. And you need to score around the 70% minimum score in the Atal FTP exam. And the certificates will be generated at the end of the whole 6 days Atal FTP, online Atal FTP. And now, thank you. And we are going to start with our first session.
One more suggestion from me to the coordinators. So those who are presenting surely we need their video and audio and the presentation sharing slides or something like that. All other participants, let us have a discipline in ourselves, like we will not unmute or we will not put on our video, so that it will be even more easy for the coordinators to control the things. And wishing you all once again a very fruitful sessions ahead. All the very best. Bye.
Yes, our first session start with Dr. B. Surendran is a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at NIT Pondicherry, Karaikal. He earned his PhD from NIT Tiruchirappalli and specializes in machine learning, medical imaging, and dimensionality reduction. With over 120 publications, he is an active reviewer for leading CSCI and Scopus journals, having completed 1,200 plus reviews. He received the Publon's Top Reviewer Award in 2019 and was recognized as an EAI Senior Member Top 1% in 2022. So the topic, Introduction to Efficient Models and its Deployment on Edge and Cloud. We welcome you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. Thank you to Royal College uh, and Amal Thomas for meeting me for this talk. So, is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
So, slightly into the topic, mostly I'll be having some interactive session today. Mostly I'll be talking about the tools what we use, the cloud-based or online-based Gen AI tools or AI tools we use in the education. So that like to focus here, it will be more useful for all the researchers. Uh, so I think it will be fine for all the participants. So this is Surendran from NIT Puducherry, and in this list of tools, these are all online-based several tools. How many tools you know? You can post it in the chat box. Yeah, anybody? Just a moment. Yeah, how many tools you know from this one? Count. Screen chat. Able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Maximum. How many tools people are knowing it? Okay, mostly people are giving a Turnet and Grow and elicit some other tools. So these are all various tools available for research, education and research. So I'll be talking about most of these tools. And we are using ChatGPT and other tools nowadays is a part of our life. So I'd like to share some information. If we go to the content. So it is not only about LLM models and all those things, basics. I will be like to cover these tools, mainly on these tools, and some Gen AI tools, online-based, cloud-based, like PDFDA, and so many other research tools, image generation, and other tools I'll be talking about here. So mostly, if you see about document writing tools, so which tools people use it for paper writing, such paper writing? I think we have a lot of people are given the chat box. We talked about Grammarly, they know about perplexity, teachable machines. This is good. Okay, so in this one, what are the document writing tools you are aware of it for research paper writing? We use LaTeX, MS Word, and before that, before talking about Gen document writing tools, so we have ChatGPT. What are the alternatives are available? Alternate to ChatGPT. You can unmute and talk, or you can post it to the chat box. But okay. There are some responses, Google Gemini, and previously some people have talked about, and they mentioned about Grok, Claude, okay. Sora is for video generator, okay, DeepSeek. Okay, we are getting good suggestions. Thank you, participants, for interacting. So, when Perplexity is there, which was given free with the Atal, I think they are giving it for full premium version for free for 1 year. So you can also try GROK. Recently, it got into some controversies, like it is able to edit the image and post vulnerable pictures on. It's able to edit person's images. Okay, Copilot is another one which comes with Windows 11, and it is a nowadays pieces are coming with they call it as AI pieces with Microsoft Copilot. It's a good suggestions. Okay. So for research, what are the tools? There are several tools we can use it for. Gen AI tools you can use it for research. Not only for paper writing, even you can analyze some paper like chat PDF is there, or PDF.ai is there, and even for paper writing you can use a lot of online based tools are there. And we have literature review, we have sky.ai, skyspace. So everything is a cloud based online tools are available for literature review. And Rcet, like that we have several tools are there which helps in for research. So each in having a different purpose. And we have typeset. If you're not using latex, you can use, there are tools like typeset is there, which helps you to convert from one format to another format. And these are some of the tools available for research. So I don't use ChatGPT because she knows everything. So next, document writing tools. Let me cover some document writing tools. So people we use MS Word or LaTeX, and for literature review we can use Monday Desktop, Zotara, Scavenger, which will make it has a plugin with MS Word and all those things if you are using MS Word. So this will help you to write the literature review. I mean literature review and references easily, because we'll be writing in one format. Maybe you want to submit a paper for IEEE conference, but you write in IEEE format, double column format, but later you want to convert it into some other format, you can use typeset. But for references, if you're, let's say you want to change the references and citations, then if you use these tools with a single click, you can change the style from one format to another format. That is a benefit of these are all document writing tools. And Monthly Desktop, if you talk about Monthly Desktop, it has various features. It not only listed the file names, it also organizes the PDF articles. All the papers what we added into the Monthly Desktop, you can take annotations, you can highlight important points. It automatically extract. You can use a pen here. Use a pointer. So it automatically extracts metadata from PDF papers, that is like author name, paper title, the abstract, keywords, and everything it will extract automatically. And you can insert citations in the literature review section. Bibliography is nothing but the references into the MS Word. You can easily integrate. And it will not only index the paper title and all those things, it will index the full content of the paper. You can search for any content inside the paper. It will index all those paper contents. So it will be helpful for writing the literature review or thesis or for writing paper. It has smart filtering capabilities, so you can filter based on the author name, title, or keywords, or journal name. You can filter the papers, and you can also have your own tagging, and it can also collaborate with other researchers. You can share the highlighting important points and everything. You can share it with other researchers, and you can use it. It's a cloud-based, it's online-based, cloud-based. So you can use it 24/7. It has an online web interface, or you can install it in your laptop. You can use it in our college or laptop or online-based using browser. So 24/7 it will be available in online. So whatever the notes you take, it will be available in the online. So it can be used anytime. And another important tool like to share here is searching files and contents. So this one, it's not a cloud-based, but it is a separate tools which is available to reduce your workload finding the files and the contents. Because what happens is not only for research, even day-to-day activity like academic and all those things, we download a lot of files and like PPT materials and other materials, papers and everything we download in your system. And also we write a lot of letters to the principal or to the head and everything. We'll be writing several letters and we'll maintain several documents as a part of academic audit and other purpose. So when we want to search, we'll give it in some folders. Later we forget where we have stored the files. So normal Windows search will take more time. So if you use search everything, it will give you, it will index the this is a search everything logo, and which will index all the files in a system, and it will you can search for any file within a fast quick duration. It will be very fast, and it will list only the file names and folder names and all the. You can also filter based on the size, or you can specify within the size or anything, or based on some wildcards. So a lot of advanced searching techniques are there. You can also list only images or Word documents or only videos or only folders. So you can list any different types of combinations. You can list the files. So that is search everything. I have been using it for more than 8 years. So it is very useful here, and we are using it here in official. I mean, it's a free to use, and we are using it in college administration office and in our personal laptops and everywhere. And a similar tools is like Locate32, Lookan, and there is a desktop search. So desktop searches, we have Windows desktop search, Google desktop search. These are old tools which are not available right now. Maybe old versions may be available. So currently, Copernic desktop search and Doc Picture are available for people to use. Copernic up to version 3 it is free to use. The current version is commercial. If you have light version is available for free. And Doc Picture is a free version for document desktop search. So what is desktop search here is these tools will index not only the file names, it will index the contents inside the file for your system. It's like creating a search engine for your system. So that is these tools, desktop search tools. So you can, for a laptop or desktop system, you can create a search engine. So it will index not only the Word documents or PDF files, it will index all the source code, images, or zip files, and even a text files, HTML, web pages. So everything will be indexed, and the contents can be also will be indexed from all these files. You can search for any code in any file also can be searched. It's like a search engine for your system. So that is the corporate desktop search and doc picture will do. So this thing I have used during my PhD work at NNIT Trichy. From 2007 to 11, I have used this tool for writing my thesis and all those things. That time, this monthly desktop or literature review and all, we don't have that tools and all not available. So I used this tool, desktop search, to index all the files in my system and created a search engine for my work. So you can try search everything currently, which can be used. It's a free and it is a must-have tool for every researcher and academicians. And we use a plagiarism checking. So we use Turnitin or Authenticate. There are other tools like Drillbit is there. Drillbit also is providing a plagiarism checker. And Pro Writing Aid is another one where you can get it. It's a Word plugin where you can buy it for 500 rupees or 2000 rupees, like that. You can buy the plagiarism checker. And Drillbit, if you can contact them, they will provide you 1 month to 3 months free access for the institution. So which is similar to Turnitin or Authenticate. Maybe if your institution wants, you can contact them. So that is also working very well, similar to Turnitin. And the Killbot also they provide coupon codes, so you can contact them through Killbot support sales. They will provide you coupon codes for if you add them as a like a digital sponsor for your conference or DP or something. So they will provide you the coupon code with 70% discount coupon code. So normally the only 1 year premium Killbot code. I mean, the cost comes around 4,600 to 800 rupees. With the Killbot discount code, you can get it to less than 800 rupees. Maybe 700 rupees it will cost. So we have got several times Killbot for our conference and other things, and we got discount coupons. And for literature review and citations, there are several online-based tools are there. So any of you are using any of these tools? Or any other tools, similar tools you are using? Illicit, okay. One response I got, I think from Jia Lakshmi. Madam has posted about illicit. Any other, anybody have used any other literature for literature review or for research purpose? Any other tools? So anybody have explored Skyspace? So nowadays Skyspace is giving a lot of functionality. It's like a single cloud-based. I mean, it is a AI tool where you can get in. I mean, you can upload some PDF paper and you can ask questions about that. It is like chatting with the PDF. It asks questions about the PDF content, and it also supports literature review, and also it supports plagiarism checking, and it also has document typeset. It is part of a Skyspace. Here you can convert from one format IEEE to elsewhere or any other journal format you want to convert. You can convert. You can upload the Word document. It will convert automatically. So like that, it has several functionalities integrated into Skyspace. So you can also explore that. Free version, you can use it for limited, I mean, limited functionality will be there, but still you can use the free version. It's sufficient for some of the works. And we have sky.ai, which will mainly for, it has more than 2 billion citations, sky.ai, which will give you the not only the citations, the number of for any topic. Let us say you want to search for any topic like LLM models for let us say you want to for image generation. So it will give you some papers, literature papers based on that, and it will give you how many of them are supporting that paper content, how many are opposing the citations. Let us say we got some papers, it got some 20 citations. So from the 20 citations, it will give you sky.ai will give you out of 20 citations how many are supporting that claim and how many citations are opposing that claim or they are referencing that claim. So it will give you some more better analysis, and it has connections, citations. You can visualize the citations. So that is like it will show among which citations which are most referenced among all the authors, I mean all the papers. So you have referred some 10 citations, that is in your paper. So from that 10 citations, which citation is referred by more number of authors. So like that, it will give you some visualization, and you can add two citations, two reference papers, and you can see how many papers are referred these two papers. So like that, it has a lot of functionalities to filter and I mean you can do some literature review. So you can explore that during December or some Black Friday sale and other things. You'll get a 60% discount for premium account on your premium account. So nowadays, usually you will get 40 to 50% discount coupons are available in online. You can check that. There are similarly these are other tools are available for literature review and citations. And another important we are using nowadays Google searches are part of our day-to-day activity. Nowadays we have ChatGPT also, we are using it and other AI tools. So here, in case of not only for ChatGPT or Google search, so in case of Google search, we have advanced search techniques. So here you can see if you search for neural network, the number of search results is 10 crore 70 lakh results. If you search for network neural, it shows 29 crore 20 lakh results. So what is it? Why there is a difference? Any guesses? Any answers? For neural network, it is 10 crore. For network neural, it is 29 crore. So why there is a huge difference? Both are similar. Two words only we are using for search, correct? In Google search. Why it is giving? There is a vast difference in number of search. Any idea? Any responses? Uh, give you only given results based on result containing the both. Okay, Kuljit Kaur has given the answer. He has given some comment in the text box. Okay, so normally what happens is neural network and network neural is. So when we use neural network, it will search for the websites containing neural without network and with network. So neural is given as an importance here. The second query, it will search for websites with network and neural. It need not to be come together. It can be in different places in the same page, and it will search for only for network, and it will not with neural and without neural. So that's why there is a difference in number of results. So usually when we use such queries, we can use double quotes. So that will give you searching both the content together. Okay, and also you can use neural network and minus symbol. So if you search for nano minus car, it will list the nanotechnology and other things without Tata car, nano car. Those websites which is having keyword car that are not listed here. And there is another, important one, the advanced search techniques which I have used frequently is a file type. So, and also we have a sky dot site prefix. So, what is the site prefixes? You can search only from particular website. So, like if you want to search in UGC website or AICT website, you can search only from that particular website. So that is site prefix, and file types. It will give you the what you can say when you search for any material. Let's say you want to get tutorials and all those things. I'll show you an example here. So let us take neural network applications PPT. So this is I want to download some materials related to neural network applications PPT files to show it to handling classes. So it will show 26 lakh 90,000 results. But when we use neural network applications, file type colon PPT, it will show only 2960 results. That is, we have only 2960 PPT files are available. So remaining are the remaining among 26 lakh 90,000 results. Only 2960 is having only PPT file. Remaining are PPT, sorry, PDF, or it may be some online web-based materials like SlideShare or ScribeD and all those things, which are irrelevant to our search results. So this will give you more specific only PPT files, and also you can use document in place of PPT. You can use document or any other extensions you can use. So that will give you more. Only the relevant documents will be shown in the results. So if you want to search for, let us say, UGC, like and ACT, we have NEP policy, then you can search only from that website. And currently we are using deep learning models for our research. And here we have several latest models are available, and we have to focus on using latest models like we have vanilla CNN and physics informed neural network and other latest networks are available. So Google Teachable Machine is an online cloud-based tool available. It has 3 different applications where you can create for image classification. It's called as auto deep learning model, and we have auto machine learning models are there. This is auto deep learning model. So where it will get the input, drag and drop. You can give the results. And you can without any coding you can train a model. You can export the model. So this is one application is for image classification, and there are other 2 applications are there. One is for audio classification, audio and music classification, and there is a word for signals and other things. And third one is for post detection. That is also Google Teachable Machines provide third application, that is a auto deepening model. That is post detection. It's like if you want to like for yoga post detection or any other post detection, you want to use it, you can use that Google Teachable Machine. So this is in this example. Here we have the lady has capturing her photo, one with dog image, one without dog. Okay, so that is she having 2 classes here. So we have 55 images or some images in some count of images in only me. Another one is me and dog. It has some several images. She's capturing from live camera, and later if you click on the training, so it will train the model based on these images. The model will get trained, and once it trained, it will give the best model for this set of images, and you can export the model. And you can test the model with live webcam, or you can upload some images and you can test the model whether it is predicting well or not. The output is me or me and dog. So here in this case, we have 2 classes. If we have, let us say, if we take about the cancer images and all those things, we will get more number of classes like benign, malignant, normal images like that. We can have any n number of classes. So in that case, you can add a class here. There is an option called add a class here, and you can add multiple number of classes. So we'll see the example again. So yeah, here she is capturing her image, and she's capturing her image with dog. And if you click on the training, it will train the model for this set of images. Then you can test the model here with live webcam, or you can upload some images. You can check it. So that is the Google Teachable Machine. So here we have 2 more applications. One is for post detection, and another is for music classification. There are other auto deepening models, websites are there, but most of them are commercial. It is not available for free. So and for flowchart diagram tools, nowadays people are using online based tools. So there are other standalone tools like Visio, Microsoft Visio, SmartDraw, Flowcharter, and even for Microsoft Word, we use it for flowcharts and Excel. And there are other tools like EVDraw. And in case of online tools, we have Figma, Lucidchart, and other tools are available. Another famous one is Draw.io, that also you can check. That is for online based cloud based tool for flowchart diagram tools. Nowadays, most of the tools are available in an online platform. Because if you have a software based, you will not get updated latest some flow charts and other things. So online based, it will get everything. It gets updated online, and you will have latest diagrams and other flowcharts are available. Templates will be available. So these are some samples from SmartDraw. So nowadays, previously it was like individual application. Now it is also online cloud based. So where you can register and you can create, you can drawing online. But it is not a free version. It's not a free. So it's a commercial. Maybe for trial period, you can use it for creating images. And it has various templates, not only for CSE, or it has several templates for civil, mechanical, EC, Triple E, even for fire service, even for medical students. So many things, they have several set of templates. These are some of the diagrams available with Smart Draw. And this is some more examples. And online paraphrasing tools. So when we have this plagiarism, nowadays plagiarism is one of the main issue. So a lot of we have to check before submitting the paper. Nowadays students are writing using AI-based tools. So we have to check the paper and we have to rewrite them. So remove the plagiarism. So we have Quillbot, the premium version. It has option to rewrite as humanized one. So if you even you can chat GPT itself, you can ask to rewrite some paragraph in a humanized way. It will rewrite that, give the sentence in a humanized way. That way you can reduce some plagiarism. And you can also try Grammarly is there, but Grammarly will slow down your system. You can try Killbot or Paraphraser is a free version, and also Pro Writing or also we have free version for limited functionality. And Killbot, Grammarly, and all you have to pay for premium years only for 1 year. But here, in case of Pro Writing Aid, you can buy it for lifetime for 20 years. It's a perceptual license, I mean, one-time purchase. So you can also check that if you're interested. You can buy it here, buy it for your research. And there is a life of a PhD student or faculty. So when we do work, we think about taking a vacation. But during vacation, we will get a lot of works and we have to complete some task. So we cannot enjoy the vacations fully. So there are other tools available for research and academic, which you can explore. So some of the tools which will help you for your research and other things, Irfan View. Irfan View is very good tool, free version to edit images and resize the images and all those things. So mostly in some places they'll ask you to resize images less than 200 KB or 500 KB, like that. You can specify here resize option and you can specify the size of the image you want to generate, or you want to reduce how much compression you want to reduce, like that. You can, a lot of options are there. It is a free version to use. You can try that. And in Microsoft Word itself, we have Word Art. So using that, you can draw very good flowcharts and diagrams and everything. So you can also try that. And if you are using elsewhere, we have a Skyval is there. It is a commercial. It is not available free for freely available. But in case of NAR of ranking, nowadays we are working on based on NAR of ranking. So we got some expert from elsewhere who given a demo on Skynet. So it gives you there is a concept called I forgot. I mean, for each and every faculty, uh, there is a factor is there for individual faculty. There is a field weighted index. So that is called as a field weighted index for each and every faculty. So based on all the researchers in their domain, the number of citations matters for the NRF ranking and other top 2% scientists and everything. We need the citations. They will not consider self citations. So the SkyVal will evaluate all the the faculty members in the institute or all the researchers. So it will give you the value. If the value of the based on citations will be a field weighted index. If the value is above 1, that means that the faculty members are above the average number of researchers in the world, the citations. If the field weighted index for the citations is less than 1, that means they are not reaching the required number of citations, minimum number of citations required. So this field weighted index is used for NARF ranking. So that will give you more insights into analysis into the researchers about an institute. And you can also explore Google Alerts. Now also I'm using Google Alerts because you will get some data. You can follow some authors. You can follow based on some topic. You'll get a frequent latest papers and notifications. You can make it like a weekly one, so that will reduce the number of messages you receive, and which is very good for research. I mean, I'm using it. And if you're doing some reviewers, I'm active reviewer. Yearly, I'll review around 250 papers, a conference and journals. So 200 to 250 papers I used to review. So as a part of reviewer, I used to get elsewhere. If you already done review for elsewhere and Springer, you can check elsewhere review. Yeah. So you can check elsewhere review hub where you can get a free access to Elsevier journals, and you can download papers. You will get a free access to Elsevier and other portals. And this is about confusion matrix. We know we're using it for classification. And this is a heat map. So nowadays you can generate a heat map. This is for an example for confusion matrix. So here it has some 13 classifications. The diagonal elements are currently classified. We have some several class labels. That is 13 class labels. I think 6, 9, 12 classes are there. So it's diagonal gives a classified and numerical misclassifications. So heat map will give you the higher dark color for the higher value and light colors for low values. And this can be heat map can be used not only for confusion matrix. You can use it for any table of values you have. You can use it. That is a heat map. It will give you better representation about the data, and you can also do some analysis based on that. And for research paper downloads, you can use Google Scholar, and you have free, IEEE access and user access. You can download that. Now we have one nation, one port. Uh, one portal for downloading the papers and all those things. So Government of India has come up with one portal. So where you can the institutions can be part of that, and where you will get discount rates for even ABC charges, and you can download all the papers also. It's IP based. And if you don't have access to paper journals, you can try ResearchGate and Academia, so where you can download full papers. And also sometimes LibGen, I think it's like a privacy website. It is blocked now, right now. And you can also email the authors and can get the good papers. So this is about research papers, what we do. Generally the authors will do. So we have, it's best to have less than 4 authors or maximum 5 authors. More than that, it will reduce the impact of your research. It should be legal, ethical. So we have 3 authors, and Atal will be the last, the contribution will be less. And when writing a paper, submitting a paper to a journal, so first thing is we need to identify whether the paper suits for a journal or not. So you can use journal finders. So these are other journal finders available, like about Science, Management, Nature, and other websites. For individual journals also, we have journal finders available. So journal finder and Taylor and Francis journal finder, MDPA journal finder. So a lot of journal finders are available for each and every journal. So where you can copy paste the abstract and the title of the paper, and you can get it will give the suggestions. So about which journal matches your for your research paper. And so I have one question. So nowadays the citations matters for NR hacking and other purpose. So how to increase your citations? How citations can be, a legal way. You should not ask your friend to cite your paper like that. That is not the correct way. Is there any other way where we can increase the number of citations? Any answers? You can unmute and you can answer, or you can post it in the chat box. Any participants? The question is what are the how to increase the citations?
Sir, am I
Yeah.
audible, sir?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Might be when we add a same topic related journals in our back reference, will it be?
No, that is we are adding some other papers. We publish our paper. We want to increase our citations. How we can increase our citations? We publish. Let us say we publish some paper. So we want to increase the citations for the paper. How to increase the citations? Because other authors has to refer our paper.
Sir, citations, sometime what I felt is like when we going for a review or survey papers, sometimes we used to get a lot of citation. And sometimes when we giving a good methods or a little bit more novel frameworks or benchmarks, in those kind of situations, we might get a citation even if we can do some interdisciplinary areas, like for example, in case of AI, if we can use any healthcare or similar kind of collaboration in the work or in the application domain. In those times, we have seen citation used to get increased. Even a good abstract, some very good keywords, and even publishing in a good journal platforms like proper indexing, even open access journals, hybrid or open access gold journals, and all used to see a lot of good citations, sir.
Yeah, you are correct, sir. So I think Hardik sir also posted in the chat box. So when we write a literature review paper, we may get citation, but it depends upon the journal where you publish. So there are some journals will get a good set number of citations. Even the similar paper published in another journal, it may not get citations. And another thing is the keywords has to be used effectively, so that your paper will be visible for more authors. Because the author sets the papers based on the keywords, not only based on the title, the keywords also matters a lot. And title has to be catchy. And another thing is we have to collaborate with other researchers. So instead of only single institution, if you collaborate with some foreign institutions or other some very good institution, top institutions, so your paper published along with the other institution authors. So both authors' pages it will be listed and reachability will be more. So that is a collaborative research will leads to better citations, and also it has a impact on an area of ranking. So whether the authors have collaborated with some foreign collaborations or not all there, that will also having some impact. So that is what the Skywell I mentioned about Skywell, correct? So there they analyze not only the field weighted index, they also it has some parameters. It will list how many authors, how many papers they published with collaboration with the foreign institutions and all those things. So that also they will list out there in Skywell. So that is for citations we have to collaborate and we have to publish in good journal. Some open access journals will give you more citations. There are other factors we have to do it to get a more visibility. So usually how the search engine works is the papers which is listed in top journals and all those things, it leads to good citations. So there is, I mean, a good visibility. So 1 minute. Okay, I have till 8 p.m. Okay. So if you maintain your research profiles in several places, so this list your paper visibility will be available for more authors, and also you have to post it in a LinkedIn and Facebook and other social media about your paper publications. So since social media will have an effect in search engine results, so that will create more visibility. So that way you can create better citations in a it will take time, but it will get, so once you start getting citations, you will since the visibility is more, so it will create add-on the citations automatically. Because I know some colleges in Bangalore, they'll give you, there is a known friend, she's an associate professor. For a professor they need HNS of 10. That is a mandatory criteria they kept. So, I mean, asking our friends and adding your papers will lead to later some issues like retractions and all those things, because there is also they're checking effectively. Some institutions have got into that scam. So better to having self citations and other all to the same institute. Try to create more general citations by making your paper visible in social media and other platforms. So usually I have more than 12 places, 12 to 14 places. I have my research profiles maintained. So these are the places my profiles are available. Other than Google Scholar and ResearchGate and all those things, I have an Rcet and Scopus also I'm maintaining. The Impact Factory and so many other places, Live DNA, and like that we have. I'm asking my scholars also to create profiles. The first task they have to do is, after joining here as a research scholar under me, within the first semester they have to create a profile in Google Archit and everything, and we have to maintain our papers only in two places: Google Scholar and Archit. And the Archit link will be attached with Scopus, Live DNA, Impact Factory, and all other profiles pages. So if you update in Google Scholar and Archit, it will be updated in all other places. You don't need to manually update in all other profiles. So Archit link update, it will be synced with all other places. It will make your papers visible more. It will generate more number of citations. And also review papers, try to publish some review papers which will give you a good number of citations. So that also will increase more citations. And already talked about Sky.ai and the typeset. So these are all online cloud-based tools are available for research. And we have semantic scholars. And I also talked about Pro Writing Guide. And we have Science Open. Okay. And Rcet, I talked about Rcet before. Similar tools are like Research Rabbit, and we have links.org, and we have Chat PDF. So Chat PDF and PDF AI are similar tools where you can upload some papers. You can ask questions about the paper. So you can ask what are the limitations, what are the model, what are the parameters they used. So you can ask some questions about that PDF. It will give you some answers. So that way you can get, you can get a better interactions, and you can get some insights about the paper. And you can also try overlay. Nowadays people are using overlay for paper writing, so you can use that. So this is an image I taken from net. So if you are writing a research paper nowadays on your own, it will take a lot of time and you'll get tired. Now we have to start using AI based literature review and other tools, and you have to rewrite it. So not only using AI tools, but you have to rewrite them, and you have to reduce the plagiarism. It's very important. And especially for education, there are online based tools are available, like Kahoot for interactive quizzes and all those things. And Flipgrid, it is also creates classroom and all those things, you can do it with the app. And Google is providing several learning platform tools, like you can check in learning.google, and also we have labs.google. So labs.google have lot of more, I think more than 30 experiments can be they have done, and you can try it, you can check it for free. And also you can explore learning.google. And there are other tools like for quizzes and all those things. We have Quizlet and VD Puzzle. And for mathematical equations, you can try Math GPT. So that is it's for writing some equations. You can ask about some questions. I mean, for equations, mathematicians, all those things they use Math GPT. It's a more specific to mathematics. These are all online-based cloud tools available for free. Some are commercial, some are free versions are available. You can use it in the functionality. And so, as a reviewer point of view, being a reviewer for various journals and conferences, so what are the things the reviewers will see is they see the title of the paper. Before going to the reviewer, even the editors they check the title of the paper, because the title matters a lot. You have to spend some time to rephrase the title. You choose 2 or 3 titles, then you come up with the final title. So, and another thing is the abstract and keywords are very, very important, because the editors or the reviewers they see the abstract first, so then they go to the proposed methodology and conclusion. So that itself will give a judgment about your paper, and try to be critics about what are the literature critics and all those things. And there are more points like so I have seen some papers without any diagrams or even the review paper, so they don't add any tables and figures. So I mean, it makes a reviewer to read the paper. So try to add more number of images and tables, which will makes your the reviewer will get. I mean, picture speaks 1,000 words. Correct? We used to say the proverb. So based on, I mean, try to add more number of tables and pictures that will make the viewer interesting to read your paper. And so let me skip these things. So this is a product design. That is a text to, nowadays we have LLM models like not only for text to text generation, text to image generation. We have models are there, and we have video generation models, and a lot of other tools are available. So this is for product design. How they use this is a real-time example. So there is a helmet company which uses a base model. This is a base model on the left side. I mean top left. So using that, uploading to image generation. So based on the relevant image, it generated several other images. So these are all the models generated by image generation models, and they finally they may develop with or maybe from text input they generated all these images, and they may come up with the final one model. So how it is helping in product design and development. And for image generation, so even you can use Grok or other platforms for image generation, and there are specific websites for image generation. So Midjourney, which was previously it was free, nowadays it made it as a commercial, and you can try Playground AI, which is a free platform to generate AI images, text to image or image to image generation. And Canva AI also you can generate images, and also you can use Copilot with the PowerPoint presentations and everything. So from the PPT itself, you can generate based on the content, you can generate images. So that is the benefit of Copilot. Office 365 provides the functionality. So that's a cloud-based one, and so Stable Diffusion is another model. It's available for image generation, and so these are some of the models. And another image generation is Adobe Firefly, which I have not mentioned here. So Adobe Firefly is a very, I mean, it's a free tool, cloud-based tool available for text to image generation or image to image modification, all those things. And for circuit designing, for easy department faculties, they can use deep circuit and Ztex continuity like that. We have a lot of latest models are there. Cloud-based online models are there to design. You can generate using text to circuit designing, or you can, using drag and drop and all those things, you can design the circuits. So nowadays, all these works are made easier. And this is one of the example from Volkswagen. So they used generative AI to generate this alloy wheel. So this is another design which is generated using online image, and they implemented in real life. This is one of the alloy wheels. How generative AI has helped them to design alloy wheels here. So technology is a good servant but a bad master. Can anybody give me what it means? What is this one? Technology is a good servant but a bad master. You can unmute or you can post it in chat box. Anybody? What is this one? Technology is a good servant but a bad master. And another thing you can check is Hugging Face, where we have a lot of online cloud-based models are available, several models for different applications, where you can integrate with your coding, and you can generate a text to image or image to image or image to video. And LLM models are there, like free chat GPT models are there, and we have a lot of other even for recommender systems and so many other things. We have a Hugging Face is a best platform to explore. So, okay, one response I got it in chat box, that is we lose our intelligence. So technology is a good servant, but a bad master is you can use it for positive thing and negative thing. Now recently, Grok.ai has got into some issue. Like it is generating morphed images, or it is generating bikini images and all those things for a person to upload a photo. So now they restricted that. So you can use it for technology for good purpose or bad purpose, but the technology will not identify whether it's a bad servant. It will give only the response based on our query. So we have to use it in a positive direction. So that is about this one. So these are several online-based generic tools are available for different application areas like productivity, video, marketing, chatbot, writing, and design. Yeah, we have got one more response: used when wisely. Yeah, correct. And this is about some of the tools. Thank you everyone. So any queries? So this is my contact details.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. I am Dr. S.P. Pradeep Kumar. Sir, actually, SCI, the paid and free publication is there. Paid, how much and the duration of paid level, and SCI free publication, how much time it will take to publish from the submission date onwards?
Nowadays, what I feel was most of the journals they moved into open access. Even if you submit the same paper in open access and subscription mode to the same journal, now they are processing only open access papers. They simply rejecting the papers which is submitted at subscription mode. So nowadays, most of the papers journals are moving into APC based. So it depends upon the APC. Open access. If you pay APC, they process the papers fast. But if you go for subscription, some journals they treat both equally. But it depends upon the journals and all those things.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. So it was a wonderful session. So basically, sir, one of my doubt is when we trying to when we think about the publication and all, we generally prefer a very good indexed platforms like Scopus, PubMed, or Web of Science or something like that. But what is the relevancy of uploading a preprints? For example, archives or PubMed Central, this kind of preprints. A lot of people used to say try to go for a preprint initially, then go for the full journal. Even before journal get acceptance. So, what is the relevancy of preprints?
Actually, main thing is to get an open review. That is the main purpose. So you will get some comments not only from the reviewers, from other researchers. You will get some review comments. So that you can use it for revising your paper. That is the main purpose. And more visibility. It leads to some citations. So that your paper and there is some scam also happened based on preprint. Recently, I have seen some article. So their XRIV, I think they published some dummy paper with all their papers as references. Some of the most of the articles, which increase the citations in their Google Scholar. So that also they are using it. But main purpose of this preprinters to increase your paper visibility and to get more comments from other researchers. That is the main purpose.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions?
Participants, any more queries?
Okay, find essay journal list. So essay journal list you can use Web of Science portal where you can search for essay journals, clarivate.com, where you have master science list is there. And also you can search in, there is a query here in chat box. So you can also search in journal finders. So it will give you yeah, sorry, it will give you can use journal finders where it will list the journals with what is the SCA impact factor and what is the first the submission to first the response and all those things 25 days or 30 days or 60 days like that and acceptance rate. So journal finder will give you more detailed list based on your paper title and abstract. So try to use that journal finder. It will give you can easily identify best journal under each and every publisher. There are some journal finders are available, which is common to several journals that also you can try. And you can use Clarivate Web of Science master science list where to get the essay journal list. But journal finder will give you more specific based on impact factor and number of days to first response and all those things. Based on that, you can filter the journals and you can also try ACM journals. People are moving. I mean, everybody is checking with Elsewhere, Springer, or other journals. So ACM is very not much people are not trying that. So that may give you a quick submission timeline for it. I mean, for the papers. Possibility will be more, but you have to use more models. So if you want to publish a paper in SCA, at least you have to compare with four or minimum five comparisons has to be done from the literature and all those things. So even you can download some existing models and everything from IEEE itself. They provide I mean, along with data set, they have you can search in IEEE itself where you can they add supplementary materials like with the code and everything so that you can reproduce, I mean, rerun it for your data set and you can generate output. So try to explore such methodologies to compare with other works and which help in publishing in a good journal.
Thank you, sir. So one doubt is for the young researchers or young academicians who we can say recently graduated their PhD or something. So to get international exposure, is there any what do you say like a 2 week or 1 week exchange programs in a foreign university? Is there any current any specific call or something going on? So we can explore
Mostly,
research or academic exposure in a foreign university for 1 or 2 weeks, and we can come back to our institution. So, is there
okay.
any specific call or any
No,
way we
mostly
can
the
get
exchange
such
programs will
experiences?
be mostly exchange programs. They'll do it only based on MOU. So if the institute had MOU with other institution, foreign institution, so you can, then they will provide exchange programs. So for that MOU is required. Maybe you can try. In our college, we have a MOU with some French university and Malaysia and Taiwan. And there is an Egypt country, South African country. There is an organization, government organization itself, which facilitate with MOU with various countries in Africa. So that you can check in our college and ATPV website, where you can check about MOU. So there they given that organization name and everything. So that way with MOU only, mostly the exchange programs will happen. And yeah, that's about. I think I answered your query.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And sir, few lines, few words about your current ongoing research and any specific any DST or NRF project or anything is received, so we can what do you say go for any project assistant or any JRF position. Anything currently ongoing in NIT Puducherry or under your supervision, sir?
Yes, sir. Just a minute, I'll share my details. So currently, I have one important project, that is gene data bank for India. So that is we have CODIS, that is US and all, they maintain DNA. Let us say we have a crime scene has happened. It's a crime, some murder or something has happened. They'll take the DNA and they'll match it with the suspect, and they'll try to match the DNA there. So there is a separate database now. The institutions we have several what is Department of Forensics. We have several institutions are there in Kolkata, and we have in Chennai, and several some main cities. They have their offices, but there is no centralized database. So I'm developing. We have developed some prototype model, and already we deployed it the forensic lab, and where we developed our model. We developed like a CODIS. For USA, we have CODIS. So where they maintain the DNA profiles of the suspects and other, and they match it, try to match it. So even a false matching will lead to wrong information. So we have to maintain a lot of information in that. For matching profile also, we have several methods are there. So that is one of my project. That is a gene data bank for India. That is currently under progress. We're ready for the third installment. And another work is it's a part of like consortium mode with along with Zipper Pondicherry. We are working with one of the model, that is along with Google, HCL, Zipper, and Pondicherry University, and the VIT, and like several institutions are together. It's like a AA consortium for medical healthcare. So our part is developing a mobile app for recording the heart beats and everything. So cardiogram app. It's based on accelerometer reading. So we have to keep the mobile phone on our chest. It will record the cardiograms and everything. That is accelerometer sensor will be there. So that is one of the applications we have developed mobile app. So that is a part of that consortium research work. That is a two works which is currently in progress. And currently in our colleagues, our colleges, faculties, a lot of people have gotten ARNF and other projects. So you can explore NITPY website, where you can get the details about various projects and all those things. So usually we will not get in first try. We have to submit 4 or 5 projects, and then you may get one project maybe click, and try to work with interdisciplinary research projects. So we have done some work with civil department using accelerometer sensor, and our CSE, some faculties are working with the mechanical for AR and VR for industry disassembly sequence and other applications, and also you can collaborate with the other institute. Instead of submitting only from one institute, try to submit with collaboration with several institutes, so that will increase the possibility of getting a funding projects. So here we have our in EC, we have Dr. Harigovindan, who has done several projects along with Kerala faculties and in Kerala some institutions. All those things they have done some projects. So just let me stop the sharing here.
Yeah, sir. Actually, sound. Actually, we suggest the final year students for their project work. You find the paper from the IEEE. But the students have some issues there. Some paper only abstract is displayed, not full paper. So any good citation, anything is there for their BTech final year students for their project phase on yes, the final year project phase on to say both for the literature reviews. Some any good citation is there, sir, except IEEE.
So you can get the
Free
papers
of
by
cost.
emailing authors, sir. You can get the papers. So there is another website they used to use it as LibGen, but you can email the authors and you get the papers, or you can try Elicit or Sky.a. Free version is there. I mean, they give you some citations. So freely you can use it for several queries. Even you can write a research proposal. The full research proposals can be written on using Sky.a, Sky Space. You can write the full research proposals can be written. So try to use these tools, and ResearchGate can be used to get the research papers. You can request to the author some papers, some authors who have uploaded it freely. So that way you can get some papers, research papers. And try to explore supplementary material. There are such options are there in IEEE itself, where you can download the papers with the supplementary materials, where you will get along with code. So that way you can get some implementation source codes and everything that can be used for developing your research work. Nowadays, with the help of generative AI, like all these tools, so creating a code and writing a code or writing a paper is not a difficult task. But you have to make sure that everything is perfect and we should not create any plagiarism issue.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
If there is no other queries, I think there is some
No,
section.
sir. So we can go for the conclusion.
Yeah, thank you.
Hope that is all with the queries. Eh, Any more queries? Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Surindran, sir, for your enlightening session on Gen AI tools in research and for education. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for the organizers to inviting me and the Royal College. Thanks once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Now we will be starting with the session 2. Session 2, we will be having session 2 on fine tuning LLMS for efficient LoRa, QLoRa, and future low carbon AI. Will be presented by Mr. Shinoj Sharvatur, EMEA Head of Engineering Discipline, Wood, Scotland, with deep expertise in instrumentation and control across complex industrial projects, drawing on his intensive experience in life cycle management, System reliability and data-driven optimization. Mr. Sinotser brings a strong engineering perspective to building efficient, safe, and sustainable AI systems. His focus on governance, cybersecurity, functional safety, and operational excellence aligns closely with modern approaches to resource efficient LLM fine tuning, enabling scalable AI deployment with reduced computational cost, energy consumption, and carbon footprint in both industrial and enterprise environments. Now, I invite Shinod sir for session 2. Now it's all yours, sir.
Good evening and greetings from Scotland. Yeah, I need some help. How do I share my screen? Is it because I'm not used to Zoom? I'm work more on Teams. Where do we get the share into? Can somebody help me?
Good evening, sir. There is a in the Zoom application, in the bottom, there is a green color button in the center called, and it's
Right,
mentioned share.
I got you,
And
mate.
if you click that, there is an option similar to Google Meet, sharing the screen, or we can share the document, any PDF document, or we can even share the entire screen. So, can you able to find out that green button, share?
Yeah, I've got the green button, but my problem is, right? Can I bring this in? Yeah, hold on, yeah? Give me a minute. Yeah. Right, I'm going to share my screen too. Just a minute, okay? Can you all see my screen?
No, sir.
No, can't. Oh, sorry. Can you see now?
Yes, perfect, sir.
Brilliant. Sorry for that. I'm not used to Zoom. We mainly work on Teams. Right. So thanks for that decorative introduction about me. Yeah. Please excuse me if my accent is a bit mixed between Indian and Scottish and English. Right. So if you don't understand, do speak up and ask me again. I have no qualms in repeating what I say again and again. Yeah. I am Shinoj. Yes, I'm Shinoj Sherbatur, and I am currently based in Aberdeen. I'm very much from Kerala, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to present to your esteemed audience. Yeah, I will straight get into what I have to present. Yeah, and I will give you some few minutes if we get time to query about what I've just said or what I've presented. Okay. So yes, the topic is Path to Net Zero. What we will go through is first we will talk about some few things about me, what I do and what I've come through, and then we will get to understand which industry I work in and why that industry is key for AI or data centers basically, and how we contribute to data centers power generation, also how we help data centers reduce their carbon footprint. And following from that, We will look into how the LoRa and QLoRa, I won't go in deep into the technical details of it, how in a very simple terms, how it helps reduce the power consumptions in data centers, or what parameters makes it feasible for us to reduce the power consumption in data centers. Okay, so first about me, you can connect me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. That's my LinkedIn, this one. I have done, as you can see, I've done my bachelor's in electronics from PSG in Coimbatore. And then I went on to do my instrumentation engineering degree from Rcet, which is Cochin University of Science and Technology. And also I've taken an MBA from here in Aberdeen, and that was sponsored by my company, as I was identified as one of the high flyers, they call it, yeah, or better employees, or the champion employees. I've done my CEng. I'm a chartered engineer from the Engineering Council UK. I've got that done quite a few years back. Like your chartered, I don't know if you have chartered back home in India, but we have a chartered engineer here in UK. I am on the board of studies for instrumentation in Cochin University. So I set up questions. I'm sorry, I set up, help them develop papers like modules, which is very industry relevant. I sit on there. I've been sitting on the board for 2 years, and I think there's one more year left for me to might get extended, may not get extended. But yeah, so there is a lot of an industry academy interaction with me and Cochin University, and I do help them bring their academics in line with the requirements of the industry. Yeah, mainly for instrumentation and control. Right, I do sit on the Emerson Exchange Advisory Board of Directors. They do this every 2 years. So last time I was in Düsseldorf in Germany as an advisory director, and this year I believe it is in Dubai. So I'll be going to Dubai if everything falls in place. And currently I'm working as not sure who mentioned that. I think it's Sri Lakshmi. I am the head of discipline for instrumentation controls, and my remit is Europe, Middle East, and Africa for wood. And I'm also the technical authority for wood on CNI. CNI is control and instrumentation. We do manage 3 sites here in UK, which out of the two sites, and one is a jackup rig, very much offshore oriented kind of industry. The 2 sites cater for at least 25% of the gas inflow into the country. Which is a CNI. CNI means critical national infrastructure. So that's quite of a responsibility to take up as a technical authority for those assets. So that's it. Wood. I work for Wood, and Wood. Don't get anything wrong with Wood. It's a family name, Scottish family name. We are very much a Scottish company. We have been here for 150, 60 years, and we primarily operate in energy sectors. We are an engineering company. We have got around 35,000 people working for us, and we are spread across the world in 60 countries. We have 4 offices in India, the latest one being Mumbai. We have our first office in Delhi, or Gurgaon, then in Chennai, and then we have one in Kolkata. We have quite a few number of people in India, and we do a lot of engineering from India for a lot of our projects. We do greenfield projects, we do brownfield projects, we do infrastructure projects, we do transmission and distribution projects, we do clean energy renewables projects, and we are mainly counted as an EPC, engineering, procurement, and construction, also a management company, a project management company. So we have of late, we have a big focus on decarbonization. Carbon capture, utility, and storage is one of our key areas where we look into the projects, and we are big in digital twin. We support data centers in America or US. But yeah, so those are the 8 different sectors we primarily work in. Oil and gas. That's our main revenue stream even now. Oil and gas, carbon capture. We do carbon capture. Hydrogen is one of our main. I think we built, or we engineered one of the biggest hydrogen plant in Europe. Power, renewables, chemicals. We work with companies like GSK on pharma, life sciences, and we also work on minerals and metals in Australia. Anybody have heard about wood? No? Good. Right. So what I'm trying to bring to you is a perspective from a fossil fuel or from an energy sector into AI. Yeah, how we influence, or how badly we influence data centers, and how we support data centers as well. Yeah. Right. It's a well-known fact. It's not something we need to re-emphasize. Yeah. The emergence of AI, it's raised concerns. Yeah. Data centers asking for more power, and they're not like a power used for a normal industry. Is like it's huge. The power consumption is huge. It may come to a point where the power consumption is as big as, for one big data center, it might be as big as a city or a small city. Yeah. And what's happened is it has created quite a commotion around climate change. How much it contributes. It doesn't contribute much, but still there's concerns. If we go at this exponential level of adding data centers and asking for more, craving for more data analytics and things like that, there's a concern that there would be the demand for power would spike exponentially. By 2030, we would see a rise, or by 2035, we would see the doubling of the requirement of power requirements for data centers. And how is that energy sector can help data centers meet this? Yeah. Incidentally, the main data centers are located in the world is in US, China, and Europe. We still China uses 80% of its energy from fossil fuels. America, I believe it is somewhere around 75, 78%. Europe is fine. Not when I say fine, compared to the other 2 regions, they are somewhere around 60%. So that energy sector, we still use the fossil fuels to power these data centers, which has raised concerns about carbon footprint. And that's where we are looking to see how the LoRa and QLoRa, or that concept of LoRa and QLoRa, can it anyway displace these concerns. Yeah. So energy from oil and gas. Right. I don't know how much it is in Southeast Asia, but if you come to Europe, oil and gas is a dirty word. Yeah. It's climate change, warming our earth. We should be cutting down on the use of natural gas. We should be cutting down use of petrol for fuels for transportation. We should be cutting down on everything that's oil and gas. UK has taken a step forward to say that we will not be issuing any more. It's called fields. Yeah, we won't be issuing any more gas fields or oil fields, new oil fields for exploration, which means there'll be no new projects on oil and gas. If there's existing fields, we could build on it, but not the new ones. There is a big push to get away from oil and gas. So it's good to understand why this push against oil and gas. It's not always bad. You can't get rid of oil and gas. We need oil and gas. We'll see as we go through a presentation. If not energy, there are products that comes out of oil and gas. For example, the tar road is bitumen. It comes from oil and gas. Your plastic covers, everything that you wear comes from polyesters. It comes from oil and gas. It's very difficult to say we don't need oil and gas at all. It'll be a point at sometime in future where there's no need for oil and gas. But as of now, it still powers our world. Yeah. So understanding the oil and gas industry. Yeah. It's basically divided into three segments when you see oil and gas. Yeah, it's upstream, midstream, and downstream. Upstream is where I don't know if many of you know how oil and gas is explored. There is exploration phase for oil and gas. We go and find which is powered by AI nowadays. Because there's a lot of data that you need to take in, and you analyze this data and find out if that particular area of the seabed does it give oil or gas if it is profitable. Yeah, you might have oil everywhere under the ground, but if you go to extract it, you need to find out if is it going to be cost-based analysis and find out if it is worth exploring it. So that's an exploration kind of. So once you find that, yeah, it is good, we have a lot of oil in there, we go down and drill it, and this is energy, very energy intensive industry. Yeah, it's a heavy industry. I'm not sure if you've seen things being deployed in oil and gas. Yeah, it's huge ships, jackets that's as tall as 10-story building or 12-story building, heavy engineering. Yeah, power generation on the platforms, subsea structures. Yeah, there are structures below the sea. We drill. If you're aware of the BP Macondo disaster, which spilled out oils and killed people. Yeah, Piper Alpha, and so this is a heavy industry with a lot of risk in it. So Piper Alpha is an incident where around 150, 160 people died in UK North Sea. So it is a risk. It's a high risk industry. Drilling and production of crude oil or natural gas is called the upstream part of it. I work on the upstream side of things. Yeah, very dangerous, very risky. Offshore, mainly for us offshore. There are both offshore and onshore. And then is the midstream. So when the oil comes in or the crude comes in, we store them in places onshore and then distribute it from there. So that those are again energy intensive plants, yeah, where you get a lot of cogenerations and power UPS. There is systems that we need to maintain. So what I'm trying to explain is in all these phases, you use a lot of energy, yeah, to deliver natural gas or petrol or diesel or naphtha or whatever it is to the outside world, outside this oil and gas sphere, yeah. And then we have downstream. Downstream is your refining. If you've seen any refineries, with crude distillation units and fracking units and cracker units, I mean, you would see how energy intensive it is. You'll see them plumes and plumes of smokes going out of these big industries. It does bring in environmental challenges. Yeah, once you have these industries near you, I'm not sure if you've been in and around Kerala. There are plants which throws out smoke. Yeah, very much less in Kerala, but if you go to more industrialized states, you could see the smokes coming out. They are heavy industries. Yeah, similarly, oil and gas is an industry like that, which supplies fuel to all these industries. So it is seen as a trying to push out oil and gas to get clean energy transitions. Yeah, there is the one good thing is we are working towards greener options for oil and gas. Yeah, so if you see this is what I was saying. If you see the value chain of oil and gas, yeah, if you see gas wells and oil wells, they're two different things. Yeah, you don't get oil and you will get oil and gas, but profitably, you might get either oil or gas, water cuts and things like that. So two details for this audience. Yeah, so you see, there's a lot of things that comes out of oil and gas. It's not just the petrol in your car, yeah, but yeah, transportation is a great contributor to climate change. But there is other things that comes out of oil and gas, all the products, yeah. But it's not. It's been there is a push to get everything green. So what oil and gas companies are doing is for the power generation to run the plants, yeah. They're not changing the process though. Yeah. So for example, if there's an offshore platform, if you need power for the offshore platform, we normally use natural gas. So what you're trying to do is you're building wind farms in the sea, yeah, floating wind farms, and we are powering all the platforms, all the power required to extract this oil from green energy, either hydrogen or mainly wind here in North Sea here in Scotland. So we are trying to reduce the footprint. Yeah, so we are not burning gases or fuels to run the oil and gas machinery. We're trying to run it with um, greener energy. What the oil produced from this is if it burns, it is definitely harmful to the environment. But that's what I'm trying to say is the fuel generated is definitely fossil fuel, but the energy used to extract these fuels is green energy. That's what we are transitioning into, which means we will have a lesser CO2 footprint. Also, we are investing in CCUS, which is carbon capture, utility, and storage. So any carbons that CO2 that's generated, we get them in and we put them back into the storage so that it doesn't come out, or transport it for any industries that requires carbon dioxide CO2 for production. There is a global dominance, yeah, by oil and gas. Still, your economy goes up and down with oil and gas. So there's of the late politics that's going on, it's all oil and gas. Yeah, so it has dominated for the last century. It will, I believe, it will dominate for the next 50, 60 years as well. So we are not getting away from oil and gas. One day, but not now. Yeah, there is different sources of emissions, as I said, for oil and gas, which contributes to the carbon footprint. We have oil and gas contributes to combustion, methane lakes. Methane is CH4. It traps heat, so it will warm up the earth. Flaring is one thing. Yeah, flaring. If you've seen oil production units, you'll see it's flared. There'll be fire all the time. Refining, fugitive emissions is your leaks. If you have leaks within your plant, it contributes to carbon. Methane emissions from extraction is a key problem. It adds to global warming a lot, potentially worsening your climate change effects. Yeah, I said industry efforts include operational efficiency. We are trying to make all this more appealing towards the climate change. Yeah, we are using AI in oil and gas. So some of the key applications for AI in oil and gas is when we do exploration. Yeah, we do as I mentioned earlier. Yes, the seismic data. We do a lot of analysis with this, and we need to use this technological development AI to reduce the carbon footprint in oil and gas. And this oil and gas is even now powering around 50-60% of the data centers. So it's kind of a circular economy, like kind of thing. Yeah, we do predictive maintenance. Wood has got an AI tool called Maintenance AI, or Maint AI, which we use to do a lot of predictive maintenance, which brings more operational efficiencies. For our downtime is reduced. We collect a lot of data through our years of operations. We have a lot of data which we can input into this models and get a predictive maintenance. If we do have predictive maintenance even now, but with the power of this data, where we use AI, we could get it quicker, easier, and it's more more precise on what the problems are, and when do we need to do the predictive, when we do need to do the maintenance. Reservoir management is another thing. Yeah, it creates models to predict reservoir behaviors. As I told you, not every field is good to explore or bring the oil out. It needs we need to maximize extraction and the yield, and which will give us profitable fields. Yeah. Otherwise, if it takes more money to extract the oil than we get the money, then the money we get from selling the oil, there's no point in doing going for exploration. So that reservoir management is a key thing. And again, this is all based on the data that we get from, or the data that we have from this exploration for the last 70-80 years. Safety is a big thing for us in oil and gas. So we use AI tools to predict safety incidents and avoid hazardous conditions in real time. Safety is a key thing. I manage functional safety and also cybersecurity within the industry. We are a bit different from your IT cybersecurity. We call it OT cybersecurity, operational technology, which we manage. Control and instrumentation engineers manage OT cybersecurity within an engineering organization. We make use of AI tools to see if we can better the cybersecurity experience within the industry. We have got 2 plans, as I mentioned. It's a CNI, it's a critical national infrastructure, which has got audits for cybersecurities and things, and we are trying to see how we can leverage this with AI. Supply chain and logistics, again, you carry all this oil, you take time, you burn fuel to carry them. Which also the logistics, we're not talking about tankers on your road. Yeah, we're talking about the big ships that float around the sea all over the world, carrying all this oil. You must have seen in some recent news that tanker has been siphoned off or things like that. Yeah, it is a big, the shipping logistics is a huge thing in oil and gas industry. We use digital twins to I'm not sure if anybody knows about digital twins. Does anybody know here about digital twins? No? Okay. So we do generate, if there's a plant, we do make a digital twin of the plant, and we get all the parameters and readings. IoT, basically out of Internet of Things, and we predict a lot of things with the digital twin, or maintenance and things like that. It's a huge thing. We are specialized in generating digital twins. We've done digital twins for BP, companies like BP, things. Yeah. So there is a and International Energy Agency. I'm not sure if many know about this. They track all these things. They do bring out papers and things every now and then to say how bad or good we do, or how bad we're doing, or managing the climate change and things like that. Okay, it's kind of, it does accelerate how we get to the net zero, but I'm not really convinced it's come to the peak, or it's a determinant factor in coming to net zero. But there are things which we could do with AI in oil and gas, which can reduce our carbon footprint. How much? How big? Yeah, it's still to be quantified. Okay. Anything on the topic I've said? Because I'll be just moving into different one. No? Right. Data centers. It's off late, even here in Scotland. We're trying to bring data centers in. Yeah, it's a huge rush to get data centers. No, data centers is like any other industry. Yeah, any other plant. Yeah, it's a building. It needs power. It generates heat. It needs operational efficiencies. It needs to be built. Yeah, it needs to be connected to the grid for its power. and where the power comes from into the grid is a question mark. Whether it is whether it is fossil fuels, or is it renewables, or is it a mix of them, and what's the percentage of this? Yeah, cooling is a key important factor for data centers. So the issue or the thing we need to focus on is, it's not the data center itself, the growth or the requirements or the number of data centers that's coming up, or the requirement to build more data centers is just growing day by day. And if I'm not wrong, this globally around 8,000, 9,000, 8,000, if I'm not wrong, data centers around the globe, mainly in US. Yeah, it's concentrated in US because the big companies like your Meta, Amazon, Google, they're all based in States. And there's 16% in Europe, and China is not far behind. It's got 10% of the data centers. Now, where the issue lies is, as I said before, yeah, for China, it's 80% of the data centers is powered by fossil fuels. In US, it's around 75 or 78%. Europe, it's somewhere 60% plus. Yeah. So how hard you try, so catching up is a big thing here. How soon can the renewables catch up to displace fossil fuels to power data center? That's the chase. That's the race. Yeah. It's not, AI is not simply handling. When you say AI, we can have a lot of data, and you can handle a lot of data. It can give you faster results. One of the few things I've seen is here is in NHS. It's our National Health Service. They've already started implementing AI in analyzing AI in radiology department, analyzing data for cancer patients, if we have mammograms and things like that. It is taken off in a big way. What they say is the number of data the doctor can analyze when you see a scan is around 3 or 4 points. Yeah, but AI would snap it in a quick this one with thousands of data. Yeah, so it's revolutionizing even medical fields. But what is the cost of all this? We are creating a surge in greenhouse gases. What's the percentage of demand or the electricity demand from data center? As of now, it's around 1 to 1% of the global consumption. Yeah, but by 2035, by IEA standards, by the base this one, I think it will be around 3%. Not big, but still 3% is big just for the data centers. Yeah. There's some statistics here. How much of a power it uses. 1.5% of the global electricity consumption in 2024. Now that's the key bit here. Yeah, it has grown 12% per year over the last 5 years. So it's growing steadily. It is one of the sectors that is demanding power in a very, very high, in a very fast pace. Yeah, the only other one is your transportation. Yeah, so data center is at the far end of it. So if it keeps asking for more power, and we are not able to catch up with the renewables, and we'll try to go back to the fossil fuels to power these data centers. So that's the issue. That's the circular dependency we are talking about. Now, why do we need why does data center need so much of an power? Yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, what it drills down to. If you see a computer, yeah, if you see a computer, if you see it's got a CPU, it's got a fan. Yeah. Now think about stacks and stacks and stacks of computers, and see how much of a power it uses. Yeah. So there's a stats here. Commonly used AI processing chips use 6 to 10 kilowatts per rack. Yeah. Which is a bit more than a small electric car charger. Yeah. But now the chips are using more power. Almost triple the wattage. Is 30 to 60 kilowatts. So there is this craving. There is this demand for power. The more you start typing into ChatGPT, I'll show you how that actually does. Yeah, the more you start using the AI, the more demand there is. The more demand there is, the more data centers you need. The more data centers you need, the more power you need. The more power you need, the more fossil fuels you burn. The more fossil fuels you burn, the carbon footprint is going out of the window. Yeah, as of now. Otherwise, it takes how soon you can replace them with green energy is a key point. It's not always that easy to. If you see the project timelines to set up a wind farm, yeah, it is not 6 months or 1 year. Yeah, it's going to take a few years to set that up. But your data center, the exponential demand from power demand from your data centers is not going to wait for 5 years. Yeah, they want it now. So there is a bit of a race and chase game here about powers. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we love ChatGPT, and don't get me wrong, I use it. Yeah, I've become so addicted to it. Even to write an email, I will ask ChatGPT. I'll put my things in and say, "Is it good? Can you with kind of some kind of prompt and bias and ask, can I get this rewritten?" Yeah. So what happens is, when you use something, write prompt into your ChatGPT and clicks to say for it to do something, it goes to OpenAI, yeah, servers somewhere in the world, yeah, and these servers are located in the data centers. So your ChatGPT CCO is connected to your data centers, and there are multiple companies like your Meta, Google, Amazon have their own data centers, yeah. And these are, as I said, these are physical buildings with racks and of processing units and computers, and these units only process data you input into your device. So there's no basically this. It's just your CPUs, rows and rows of CPUs sitting there. This is very important. You mention your data center by the power it uses. Yeah. You're not going to say data center of 100 CPU or 500 GPUs or 100 GPUs. Yeah, we're talking about a 50 megawatt data center, 500 megawatt data center, 1,000 megawatt data center. Yeah, so that pins the importance of power on the data center. Yeah. So the key thing, I'll show you a chart where all the power goes. Yeah, the data centers generate. I don't know if any of you have been into, if not data center, if you've been into any control rooms in any plant. Yeah, if you walk into a control room, it suddenly feels very warm. Yeah, because of all, it's not, there's no machinery in it. It's just all your racks of DCS, distributed control systems and PLCs and things sitting there. And the heat of the electricity and things, so you generally feel warm. So similarly, when you walk into a data center, you will see the temperatures within the cabinets can go as high as 80 degrees or 70 degrees. Yeah, and this we can't keep it running at that temperature. So we need to bring the temperature down. So we need to cool these data centers. Yeah, we need to take the heat out of the room and cool it and bring cool air back in. It is a process by itself, and you'll be surprised to know that most of the power requirements for a data center comes from cooling. This again, we just talking about what happens in a graphic processing units and central processing. The GPUs have higher processing power and are more energy intensive. So when you have Gen AI, generative AI, GPU, whatever prompt you ask, yeah, irrespective of what it is, it directly goes into GPU. So it's power hungry. It pulls more power. And there is, like, I think it's also called as VRAM sometimes, the memories, because video RAM, because of it's used for initially used for 3D graphics. applications and things. Yeah, basically, the more work a GPU is doing, the more energy it requires, and more energy it requires, or more work it does, it generates more heat. If it generates more heat, you need more cooling, and if you need more cooling, we need more power. We need more power to bring the temperature down. Yeah. To again, to put it in perspective, yeah, if you use a small text model, uses around 114 joules of energy, roughly equivalent to, I don't know if you run a microwave, yeah, maybe 800-watt microwave. But for a powerful model, yeah, it see the number, it jumps to 6706. It's from a study. It's from a study from by an MIT team. Yeah, so it's almost, you can run an e-bike on that power, on that energy. Yeah, and if you're looking for a video, you're talking about 3.4 million joules. That's running a microwave for an hour. So this just to give you an understanding of what the power requirements are from data centers, it's very huge. If you look at ChatGPT receives a billion or billions of requests per day for generating tests and tens of millions of generating images. The electricity process prompts in one day is equivalent to power used by 3,000 homes for a year. Now, this is where I was saying, why is the growth of data centers and how much of a pressure it puts on the national grid. National grid is who supplies power to your homes, yeah. And generative AI, if it comes up, then it's again going to ask for more power. Now, this is what it is. So if you a typical breakdown of power usage is as such of a data center. 50% goes into cooling. I'll just explain to you how the cooling works. Yeah, and the lighting for the building, it's 3%. Power conversion is from AC DC power conversions. They're trying to use only direct DC to choose data centers rather than using AC to DC conversion. You lose 10% of your power from that, and then your IT load. You're running your GPUs and CPUs and things like that. It's only 37%. So what we see here is a 50% of the power that's consumed by data centers is taken for cooling. Now, what happens in cooling? So there is direct and indirect impact on for the cooling. Yeah, many of the data centers, if you've seen, they will have their own cooling towers. Yeah, so basically what it does is it pulls the hot air from the control rooms or the data centers or the rooms where you have these servers, and they run it through the cooling water, run it over the cooling water. The water, there's a heat exchange. The water gets so the air is taken out, air's heat is taken out and put back into the room, but the water gets heated, so then it goes back into the cooling tower. The water gets cooled and goes again. So it's kind of a circular, this one, and it is an energy intensive process. Yeah, if you've seen any chillers and things, if you walk around in a plant, you'll find all these cooling towers. Yeah, it is quite energy intensive, and also there is the power plants also uses cooling towers. If you see power plant, I don't know if you've seen any NTPC power plants, they use cooling towers. So that power that goes into the data centers, they also have got an impact. If you go more data centers, more cooling towers for the power plants. So this is going to put a big strain on the national grid, on the energy sector. Right. So just to take a leaf out of what's happening with our engineering graduates, yeah. So what you see here is AI, computer science, and everything is fine. You know, there's a rush for the engineering graduates to do all that computer science related engineering degrees. But there is always requirement for your base engineering or core engineering subjects like electrical, mechanical, and civil. Yeah, you have to build them, you have to supply power, and you need rotating machineries for all this. Yeah, so always see that when you see these data centers, there is an industry that's outside your AI and computer science supporting the data centers, and we need engineers for that. Why I mentioned it is because we are seeing a dip in intake for the core engineering subjects, or core, as I say, the core engineering sectors, like electrical, mechanical, and civil. We see less of students taking those subjects. But as I say, more data centers you still need more electrical engineers, you still need more construction engineers, you still need more rotating equipment engineers, or mechanical engineers, or instrumentation engineers who run these plants, and DCS and things like that. So it's not just confined to AI. Yeah, so there is all the other engineering sectors needs to come in place to make this happen. As I said, for an understanding of the enormity of what's the requirement for water, the US data centers consume 66 billion liters of water directly. It's not an indirect one, yeah. It's directly in their facilities, and this is a statistics from 2023, which would have definitely gone up by now. No, this is where again the thing comes in. It's not how much you've used, but how much you have increased from the last decade. Yeah, so 2014, it was just 21.2 billion liters, and in course of 10 years, the water usage tripled, and the data centers are still increasing in number, size, and so the water consumption is going to be, fresh water consumption is going to be even more. So it is a concern. So one of the concerns that was raised here in Scotland was, we have Scotland is bestowed or blessed with clean water. Yeah, I can go drink water from my tap, no issues. Yeah, so you bring in more data centers, that water is going to get used. You might have deficiency of water for the common use for the public. So there's a tension between the communities and these data centers coming in. There are similar examples where some of the food industries, when they come into your, or drinks industries, when they come into your communities, they ask for more water to be used, which means you get less water. The ground table, the water table would go down. All those issues come up. So similarly, if you use if you're bringing in data centers, you'll have more water usage, which means it'll put tensions under your communities and things like that. So see where all this is going. It's not all about your computers and fast moving chips and things like that. We need to look into different dimensions when you bring that data centers, and how you power them and things like that. Okay. Right. There is other things. It might be minor, but still they do push in air pollutants into the atmosphere. NOx, SOx. I don't know if you've seen, if you've worked in heavy industries, there will be always monitoring for nitrogen and sulfur dioxides. We call it NOx and SOx. Monitoring, environmental monitoring, which is key for us to understand, how much pollutants we push into the atmosphere. These pollutants come from diesel backup generators. There will be emergency generators that's supporting these data centers. Yeah, which will minor, but still pushes pollutes the air. As I said, the electricity powering data centers comes from fossil fuel. Manufacturing of hardware. Yeah, so you have to manufacture these things. Whatever chips you're making, your cabinets, your servers, and everything. The steel for your and the cement. Cement is a big thing. Cement has got a huge carbon footprint. Yeah, so if you're building industry, and if you're building more data centers, you're using more cement, and you're adding on to the carbon footprint onto the data centers. So these are key or significant air pollutants when we start, which is key, which is this for any other building or any other industry. But it's it's much for data centers as well. Yeah, so data center is not getting away saying that we are all good, nice DC operated computers. We don't pollute much, but you do. Even when you build buildings and when for the how they calculate is even the employees traveling in and out of these offices, they add on to your carbon. This one, the amount of fuel the employee uses to come and come to the office and leave the office. So that adds on to your carbon footprint as well. Yeah, so it is an industry that's growing. It is an industry hungry for power, and is an industry that will ask more from the national grid, and is an industry that will pollute more. Okay, because unless we find a breakthrough in green energy, or how we can build clean energy quicker. One of the things that they're looking into is SMRs, small modular reactors for nuclear, because nuclear industries tend to run in 10, 15 years, decades. Yeah, if you want to build a nuclear plant, but I think it is Rolls-Royce. They have come up with an idea of SMRs. And they're trying to see if you can build the SMRs in 5 years. It's still 5 years. You can't get it done in a year or two. That's becoming more. They're talking about small SMRs just near to the data centers, which can power them. But again, as I said, it's 5 years. It won't happen overnight or in 6 months or 1 year. It is going to take its own time. There is huge push to get the SMR going. I don't think any SMRs are being built as of now, but I think in India they're trying to see if we can build SMRs quicker. So that's if you don't find innovations like that, it's going to be difficult. Yeah. So it's just some stats to show you where the data centers electricity consumptions is. For example, if you see Europe, China, and States is United States is the main. Excuse me. Is the main contributor. Yeah, so definitely United States, they use a lot of electricity because they've got the most number of data centers. So you say 0.5% of combustion emissions today. Indirect emissions from data centers grew almost 80% over the course of the decade. It rises to 1%, and they grew 2.5 times to reach 1.5 combustion emissions in the liftoff. Now, the base case and liftoff case is from your IEA. The base case is how it goes now. Liftoff is if it really explodes the demand, and there are different cases that they look into. But we'll go with the base case. Yeah, and the power requirements. If you see how it exploits, and it says from where does this come from? Cooling. If you see accelerator servers, conventional servers ask for more power. So there is a requirement. It's just going to grow. If you see the growth of the requirement for power, you can see how it goes in 2030. 2030 is not far away. Yeah, it's just 4 years from now. So it's almost doubled or tripled the requirements. Okay. There'll be some more stats I will need to show you. Yeah. Yeah. So if you see the coal, China uses more of coal than natural gas. Yeah. So most of that coal usage is from China. But if you see the global data center CO2 emissions, it slightly flattens by 2035. This is because of more solar and wind energy coming into play. So there is good news at some point, but it only flattens. It doesn't go down. So we just need to be careful, So we're still using fossil fuels. Even by 2030, we'll be using 40% of the power comes from fossil fuels. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I said. I'll just quickly go through this. Innovation is key to get us out of this quench or thirst for power. But the problem is, if you have to bring some idea that's come, or if you bring out an idea, it's to commercialize it and then to bring it to mass market. It's going to take around 30 to 40, 50 years. Yeah. So if there's anything new that's going to come to save us from all this carbon footprint and all the requirements for power, it will take at least for us 30 to 35 years to change. So we have to work with what we have now, or we can only see what will happen, or how good we can get with the existing technologies. But for example, if you take for example, the artificial neural networks, it took around 50 years for us to come to this point, or 75 years to the mass commercialization of it. If you see lithium batteries, it took us another 25, 30 years. So there is wind electricity, it takes us around 20, 30 years to commercialize it, mass commercialize it. We'll have the idea, we can make it happen, commercialize it, meaning prototypes and things like that. But to make it fully explode into the market, it will take a lot of years to go through. So that innovation timeline is key for us to understand where we'll be standing with this carbon footprint with the data centers. What are the green drivers for data centers now? Voluntary net zero commitment. So what's happening is all these data centers where they want to be seen as green, green as much as green they want. So what they're trying to sign up with all the existing electricity providers to say, we give us all the green energy and push all the other all the fossil fuels to others. It's not helping anyone, because the data centers may be seen as clean now because they're using they'll buy all the good electricity, but it doesn't help. But if they're not using the fossil fuel, someone else will be using it. So there's a finite number of production or transmission for the electricity now. One of the key things is co-location. If you put up a data center somewhere near the town, it is going to pull a lot of energy from the grid, and they're going to have issues with the power supplies to your communities. So they're trying to. There is a paper, if you would like to see. Say the data centers in US is trying to move closer to the nuclear plants. Not always easy, but they want to get that move into places where they have wind energy, renewable energies. Move closer to where the production of this electricity is. Like if you come to Scotland on the shores, you'll find a lot of floating wind energy, wind farms. So there's a lot of dimensions or intricacies to this. So with the as I said, the internet giants are accounting for 43% of clean power purchase agreements. So they want that clean power to go to them rather than to the others. It's a key factor, but not all. It doesn't help much, but there is a great pull for them to get this green energy to them rather than to the others. Anything on data centers? Does anybody know any data centers in India? No. Right. LoRa. So LoRa is a low-rank adaptation. In simple words, it's a fine-tuning language model. Instead of asking a model to do everything, we can try to kind of specialize it, or teach it to a narrow, valuable skill rather than doing for the whole model. So it's feasible in a way. We will go through that. I've got a bit of a worksheet that I've done. Fine tuning. So instead of training it from scratch, which should consume a massive amount of compute and risk catastrophic forgetting and things like that, we use a more efficient method to lowering the ranks through the parameters. it's a quite a interesting feature. We don't change any parameters for the pre-trained model, your LLMs, yeah, and we train only low rank matrices. And we'll see how we can bring a big a matrix to a lower rank, yeah, and this method focuses core concepts, yeah, significant model changes changes can be represented with a fewer parameter change. This is borrowed as a paper from one of Microsoft, one of the employees in Microsoft. It's available on the net. You could read the detailed LoRa concept in the paper. So is LoRa as well. Yeah. So we won't be going deep into the details of it. We'll just touch upon how the concept is. Yeah. So we don't change as I say. Yeah. So what happens in a very simple way, yeah. We have normally, if you have a pre-trained model, yeah, you'll have we'll train them, and so what this shows here is for a GPT, yeah, three trainable parameters is reduced by 10,000 times, yeah. This means instead of training 175 billion parameters on the chat GPT-3, you would train only 17.5 million parameters. Yeah, that is, you're not training the whole of the model. You're just training a small thing, and it's kind of an adapter, and you plug on to the main model. So it doesn't use. So what we're saying is it doesn't use more computing power, which goes back into our data center requirements. More power, more servers, and things like that. Yeah. Basically, this is what actually LoRa does. Yeah. So if you see, I've selected a matrix here, which is 4x5. Yeah. Now, how do we bring down the rank, or how do we get the rank of that matrix, or bring down the rank of that matrix? Yeah. It is basically how you see which of the column is dependent or independent of the column before it. Yeah. For example, if you see 1, 3, just don't get me wrong. I've just chosen an arbitrary kind of a matrix. Yeah, 1, 3, 2, 4. Yeah, it doesn't have anything before it, so it's independent. And the next one is independent as well. You can't get any computational logic between those two. But the third one, if you see the C3, it's C1 plus 2C2. That's 1 times 1, 2 times 2. If you add them, you'll get 5. Yeah, similarly, yeah, 9. Yeah, you'll get 3 times 1, 3 times 2. If you add them, you'll get 9. So if you see that matrix, except the first two, the other three are not independent. So what we do is 2 linear independent columns. So the rank is taken as 2. Okay, and if you see if you go down and see there is around, we can get the combinations how it is done for each of the columns. Yeah, C4, C5, and C3. You can see this one is 1 and 0, 0 and 1 because they're independent, and then you have how it is done. Yeah, it's quite easy for it. It's simple mathematics. Right, and what happens is, so we can split this bigger matrix, a 4x5 matrix, into a 4x2 matrix, and then you write this 1 0 1 1 2 1 0 1 1 2 and 0 1 2 1 1 0 1 2 1 1, and you get a 4x2 and a 2x5. So from 20, the parameters go down to 18. So we need less memory or power this to store these parameters. Yeah. So that's one key thing with LoRa. We are using less space, and we are not doing all the things for the whole of the model. Yeah. So if you see on the right side, so basically if you have this one, you have a main weighted tensor, and you put that into A and B, and D by R and R by K, which is this D by K, and then this is what is used in the backward propagations, how we learn it. Yeah, this is a simple example of BERT for the Google model. So you have the query key and value weighted tensors for WQ, and so each of them, I think there's 24 of them is what is shown here. But what you do is you break them down into smaller ranks of A and B, and then when you back propagate, or when you start learning it, you just go through this A and B rather than the whole of the big model. Yeah, and then you add them onto the model, and so you get a modified matrix also. So it's, as I'm saying, I'm not going to go into the details of it. So what we see here is we bring down basically in LoRa, we bring down the parameters that we need to um, modify or learn. Yeah, so it doesn't need to go through the full model. It is a concept. I'm not sure if anybody uses LoRa now. If it uses that, then it does bring on this. If you use LoRa, then it lose less parameters, which means less storage space, less heat, and everything. That's how we tie back into the data center. And finally, we'll have less power to supply to the data center. Yeah. Now, QLoRa is quantized LoRa. It's a and it's you use LoRa and then you use quantized LoRa, which is we'll show you how it is. Basically, we have a float 32 and float 16. So here we use a float 16 of bits. You see the accuracy changes when we use 30 bits. It's basic electronics. Yeah. So what we are doing is, if you have 1 billion parameters and you're using 16 bits, it's 2 bytes by 1 billion. You just 2 GB of space in your GPU or VRAM. But if you have 100 billion parameters, which we some of the LLMs do have, and it goes to 200 GB. Yeah. So what's happening here is we are again asking for more space from the GPU for your tuning and inference and things like that. Also, the consumer GPUs, they don't have bigger RAMs. They have only 48 GB RAMs. Also, it is, even if storage GB, it's a big number for your business RAMs as well. So there's a lot of space that we're using for storing this information. And if you go down, this is basically how they do it. So when I've just taken an arbitrary number 0.3 and 0.5 for max. So if there's 100 billion parameters, you just bring them down into 16 bins. Yeah, I call them bins. So what it does is, if you have only 16 bins or numbers, you can bring down, it's 2 raised to 4. Yeah, you don't need much. You need only 4 bits of memory. Yeah, and which means you can bring down that to 50 GB. Is almost 1/4 of what you've been using with non-quantized LoRa. Yeah, how it happens is, it takes, for example, if you say there's 16 bits and you say 0, yeah, so you take from the half, you say half of this is 0 to the left, and then you say 1, and half of that is to the 1, and then when you calculate that way, you get the bin, and then you say that it falls into that bin, which is 0.075. So it is, and you can fit all the information into the 16 bins rather than umpteen number of numbers. Yeah, so you can't, it is 4 bits. Once you do 3 bits and 2 bits, the clarity, the finesse of the data goes down, and if you want more bits, you can use more bits, which will be better data. Right. So this is a key thing for your storage, yeah, for your space in your GPU. The problem is, it is a normal distribution. Yeah, a large language models are normal distribution. So what happens is, if you put them in a normal distribution, as we all know in statistics, yeah, the most of the data will fall into the first 34% on either side, the first deviation, the second deviation, and third deviation. So it is we need, so you get more data in few bins rather than the other all the bins. So what they propose is to do, divide these normal distributions rather than into not equidistant, but with equal numbers. Yeah, that's a difference. Yeah, so if you do the normal distribution, if you draw them with it is not, you're going to put them 16 bins with same area where you can fill these numbers. So it will get it'll get a kind of no, it'll get a kind of, every bins would have numbers that one bin will not have more than the other, or there will be only cluster of information in bins. So that's one thing for QLoRa condensation. What we do here is we are reducing the requirements to compute or do all of them for LoRa for all of the model, train all of the model. We're just doing a small putting an adapter which reduces the power consumption. Also here this will help us not use the less memory, which will give us again less power consumption. So if you adapt this into the process, we will see a reduction in the power consumptions for data centers, which would again it's a dominoes effect, which will end up we end up using less fossil fuels. I think that's it. Just to conclude, the data centers is large, they're enormous, they're fast growing, and anything that comes, it needs power. It has got the potential to cause shortages. What happens is if there's more demand for power, there's going to be they're going to pay more. The consumers are going to pay more. We're going to have shortage of power, and if there's shortage of power, then the money you pay is going to go up. So it's going to impact a common man on how much he pays the electricity bills for. Yeah. Energy sectors have not actually caught up with this expansion of data centers. How far they're expanding. Energy sector is not the pace at which that data centers grow and pace at which the energy sector is able to feed into the national grid is two different speed. Yeah, so we will see at some point of time where there's going to be a tension between the requirement for power for data centers and for the other utilities. Yeah. So we need to plan infrastructures that supports the economy and also reduce the harmful pollution. It is driven by profits. Yeah, data centers are driven by profits, motivating utilities to respond because data centers will pay more, and so the utility companies would like to sell more power to these bigger corporations rather than to you, common men. Yeah, so it is better to understand what should be the drivers to supply power to different sectors, mainly for these data centers and future AI and things. So I think that's it. I will conclude. So yeah, is there any queries or anything?
Hello, sir. It was a very interesting session. I was closely listening to the session. Actually, I was thinking about a couple of things during your session, especially related to our current geopolitical scenarios. For example, what I felt is like currently there is a lot of global conflicts are going on, especially it is disrupting energy supply chains. For example, I think you might know Europe and Russia or Middle East tensions. So how do these kind of AI-driven data centers remain energy secure, even while they're still committing to low carbon goals? So how it is possible? Because what I felt is like this kind of sustainability. Does sustainability take a backseat during this geopolitical energy shocks?
Yeah. So energy drives the world. Yeah, there's no question about it. Yeah, oil and gas drives economies and things like that. That tension will remain unless and until we start localizing the power generation. Yeah, what's with this? Why is there a tension, a geopolitical tension with oil and gas? Is a key thing. Basic understanding. Yeah, because oil is produced only in few places and it needs to be transported to the other places. So you have pockets of places where you have the fossil fuels. Yeah, Middle East have got wealth of fossil fuels. America has got a lot of oil. Russia has got immense natural gas. Qatar has got natural gas. Venezuela has got oil. Very, very, very high, very not that good oil, but still oil. Yeah. So that will never change. So the move, that's what I was saying, is if the fossil fuels is still here supplying 40% of the power to the data centers, even in 2035 or 2040, we might see these tensions even then. Yeah. So the idea is you have wind everywhere. You don't need to transport the wind from one place to the other. If you have wind, you can generate the power there and supply the power to the data centers. That is how we make it. We don't subject to the geopolitical pressures. Yeah. But unfortunately or fortunately, the economies, southeastern economies like India and China, yeah, they need to forge ahead their economies, and they are depending on oil and gas, and that is where they get their power from. So there will be a demand for oil and gas, and then these data centers are concentrated in Europe, in the Western economies, Europe and America. So they would need power, and they would need oil and gas as well, because they have not found um, uh, energy sectors which can replace oil and gas that quick. So that tensions will be there, always there.
Yeah. So,
Unfortunately, it's not something that AI can solve. It would be something that we should think from a broader perspective of energies managed throughout the globe. Yeah.
Even what about, sir? Even I have seen in recent Germany election and all, that a new party AfD and all rising. Green Party also got a lot of votes. A lot of them are telling that we will go for what you say, that tolerable limit of radiation. They will try to increase so that we can incorporate a lot of nuclear power plants which can support energy management in the Europe region. And also what about the people's or general public's attitude towards these kind of green energy, like the nuclear plants
Yeah.
making more?
So yeah, I think it would be, you could have brought up a good point about Europe. Yeah. When we people from the East, they think Europe and America thinks the same. The Western economies, it's entirely different how we think. So
Oh.
when Mr. Trump says drill baby drill, yeah, they're all for
Yes.
oil and gas, yeah. But in
Yes.
if you come to UK, France, France got a huge nuclear energy base. Yeah, if you come to Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, they're all wind. They all want wind, and they are trying to push out oil and gas. So there is two different perspectives. So if you're talking about Europe, if you go to a school in Europe, if you go to school here in UK, and you ask a boy or a girl from 5 years or 7 years old, yeah, they will say oil and gas is bad. Yeah. So the generations that's coming up, yeah, all the Gen Z's and Generation Alpha, they're coming up with the idea that oil and gas is bad for the world, and that will drive the initiatives to push out oil and gas, fossil fuels. That will drive the innovations. That will drive the thirst for the public. If you see in 30 years from now, yeah, it is the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha that will be moving the world. So they have been brought up with this idea that oil and gas should go. So what I see is from 30, 40 years from now, yeah, those we'll start seeing a dramatic change in how we see energy. Yeah. So if you come to Scotland, as I said, we have last week they've just approved another wind farm. Yeah, wind farm means offshore floating wind farms. Yeah. So that's very embedded in Europe. In America, no, it is not. And Asia, Eastern, East economies like China and India, which is the two big economies. Yeah, China uses 78%, I think, of coal to power their data centers. So it is going to be difficult there should be some balance. But what I'm trying to say is, Europe is a small place. Yeah. For example, UK, where I am in, yeah, we don't use much power, but we still are driving that thought process. That's only how we can do it. We will achieve net zero, maybe not by 2050, maybe by 2100 or something like that. But as I said, oil and gas is here to stay. Outpacing oil and gas, you need to drive innovations. And innovations, to mass commercialize innovations, it will take at least 40 to 50 years. So it's going to be difficult. Yeah.
Sir, one last question. So basically, what I felt is like currently a lot of data localization is happening currently in a lot of the countries, especially due to this kind of political security concerns and all. So when these kind of data centers are becoming more, what you say, geographically fragmented. So this kind of fragmentation, is it really increase the global carbon footprint of AI?
Yeah, I think see, there is as what do they say? Science is not always linearly progressive. Yeah, it's sometimes you drop, you don't progress, you regress a bit. Yeah, things like that. So yes, I mean there will be points where the tensions will rise. We will see the data not going from one place to the other, so you'll have localized data centers, which I believe will drive innovations. I think it will make if you see universities here, yeah, so the funding is run the is run like a project. So companies do projects. I interact with the university here. I interact with their engineering department, and we talk about utilization of their resources and our resources and things like that. So once things are thrust upon the industries and the universities and research groups and things like that, that is when innovations grow. If you try to spread it across the world, you'll have all innovations happening in America or maybe some parts of China or some parts of Europe. Yeah. So if you try to localize it, that will drive more cravings for getting carbon, and it'll increase the carbon footprint. Yes, if you have one data center computing everything, but because of this problem you have three of them in three different places, it will increase the carbon footprint. Yeah. Tensions are not good for anyone. The geopolitical tensions are not good for anyone. It will only increase issues. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity as well. Yeah. So if you need to reach out, I'm very active on LinkedIn. So get me through LinkedIn. Join me. I'll accept the invitations. If it is relevant invitations, I do accept them, and we can have a chat about energy industries anytime. Okay.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Cute. Yeah. Anything else? Otherwise, I can drop.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful session.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I think I've been asked for some MCQs, which I'll send through maybe a day or two. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Take care.
Yeah. Bye. Bye, sir. Good night.
For participants, we have shared the feedback links of the session 1 and session 2 in the chat box and also in the WhatsApp group. Please do answer those feedback forms, fill the feedback forms. And thank you all, and good night. We'll see you in the next section.